Yeah, we find her, the beautiful girl we've been missing. We wanna have her kissing. We find her, now we in love. So I go so the remix.
DMB, Tux Bites, remix.
Now if I had to lose you like a bad phone connection, I'd change my game to get a better reception. Sit back, let's start this interaction. Don't fight the feelings, just a chain reaction. Your heart won't give you the wrong instructions. Like my GPS, yes I got the right direction. We gotta merge together like a road intersection. Last stop is gonna be my love and affection. I ain't like the mother dudes, they wanna call you shorty, but I'ma call you a beautiful girl. I took your picture home, my mama saw it, she's a very, very beautiful girl. I wanna put you in my video, cause you're so beautiful. You're a beautiful girl. So when you hear us in your radio, turn up your stereo. It's beautiful girl.
Gotta find a shorty, what's worth of a lady. It's nice but maybe doesn't look like 40. It's taking a little time. I wasn't seeing no signs, any traces of my baby. Who's gonna be my baby? But I thought I'm gonna take my time. Within took a long fine eye. I saw a shorty passing by. She's got this very pretty smile. It was right at the bus station. I tried to make a conversation, holding her arms, feeling so tough. I felt the sensation. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Now I realize I found me a beautiful girl. She's a model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it by. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, a killing eye. I found me a beautiful girl.
My wish came true when I saw you, girl. God must have blessed me with your beauty, girl. Looking so right from your head to your toe, shaped like a cocoa bottle with a smile of a queen. My queen to be, you my destiny. Got a body of a goddess with your beauty, I'm impressed and I'm never in distress. Come on over and be mine. Been searching for a man and now all the cats keep looking to mine. With a sexy walk and a sexy talk, she must be from a planet called the sexy world. I know I ain't tripping, better yet I'm thinking put a ring on the finger, we look good together. Take your place in my heart with your beauty, I'ma say that I'll never turn away. Who would think I'm in love?
So the way she smiles at me just really makes me weak. The way she speaks to me just really make me go so weak. Keep staring in her eyebrows. All I kept on saying is wow. If you just as a breezy night, all I really want in my life. Oh yeah, it's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes, I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, killing eye. I found me a beautiful girl. Yeah, beautiful girl. Beautiful girl, yeah. Beautiful girl.
Damn. Money. You seen her? Hot Ice. Have you seen her? LP. Have you seen her? I'ma go over to Tux Bites. I know you've probably seen her. He has a lot of beautiful girls with him. Tux, it's DMB, baby. Look.
Beautiful.
I look for a while, but I can't seem to find a beautiful girl so I can make her mine. Time after time I've been searching for a while, but every girl I meet never seems worthwhile. What can I do? I pray to God for an answer. I feel pains in my heart like cancer, and when I find her, I'm gonna romance her. Lace up with presents and gifts, call me Santa. Claus, I make a heartbeat pause. That's my girl, homeboy, not yours. The girl of my dreams, she's more than I ever thought. Show me Aston Kutcher, I think I'm getting punked. She's what I really want, so I'ma go get her. Since I'm a go getter, you know I'm gon' get her. And I will give her the world, anything for my beautiful girl.
Psych. Ooh, it's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, killing
touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
Man of prestige. Ha! Now this guy win. Now you win. Now you win today. Now you win. Now you win. I agree. Man of prestige. Now man you be.
I'm sure some people will be jealous now the way I talk about Ola. But I have learned a lot from him. That's why I keep telling you to follow him. If you don't follow Man of Prestige, now you know.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? D-Love, how you day? What's going on? Hello, people. Welcome. As you're coming in, do me a favor, hit that like button, share, subscribe. Let's turn up the notifications, okay, so that we can ping everybody else into the room. We have a big show today. Oh, we have a lot to talk about. So, welcome back. My name is Ola. I'm coming to you live from my Empire Pro Studios, okay. And basically what we do here, we cover trendy topics, particularly for the purpose of extracting relationship lessons from self-power, social, seduction out of attraction, and emotional intelligence standpoint. That's basically what we focus on here. All right, so welcome back. If you haven't done so yet, if you're brand new here, you can get the books for free, okay, with a masterclass, of course. Number one red flag, and this one you can get this one right now, Get My Marriage Back, but this one is brand new, so you'll be on the waiting list for this is coming out December 30, okay, so you can get that at loveandprestige.com right now as we speak. All you have to do is I'll give you your email address and we'll send it right to your inbox. All right, so welcome again. Another show, another great show here. We're gonna have a good time. What's going on? What's going on? D-Love, I appreciate you guys for being here on time. We have a lot to talk about, and I want to say shout out to somebody with the handle Miranda. I don't know who that person is, okay, I don't know who that, but that person is always tagging me and Auntie B at the same time, you know, on stuff that she thinks we should see, and I appreciate a lot of those, okay, so thank you so much. And if you haven't done so, you can basically go ahead and follow us everywhere on Instagram, on TikTok. We had a viral video yesterday, 18,000 views on that. We're just getting started. So small, you know, the algorithms is showing us some love everywhere. So I want to say thank you to everybody that's continue to share, continue to hit that like button, continue to subscribe. Okay, I want to say thank you. This conversation, I can't have it by myself. I need you. All right. So again, like I said, hit that like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. Now, speaking of December, like I said, we're launching a brand new book. This book right here, 225 pages. All right. So I have we have guests. We're going to be doing pre-launch all of December. So we have some guests that I'm bringing on. The nature of this show that I do here is mostly me just sharing my insights, engaging the chat as much as I can, and, you know, just doing this. You know, this is the nature of what has made it work up to now. Hold on. All right, that's what has made it work up to now. So, and I plan to continue that on this particular platform. But for this pre-launch, I do have quite a few guests. I have 8 confirmed guests, maybe more like 7. There's one flaky situation that I don't trust, okay, so but it's there, you know, but this is some of the stuff that we have going on. Let me show you before we get into today's story, okay, and all of that starts on Friday, December 1st, this Friday. That's 2 days from now, we're gonna start those shows. So instead of just hearing from me, you're gonna hear a lot of other people's insights, and more importantly, you're gonna hear a lot of examples of some of the concepts and the ideologies and the strategies that I share with you. You're gonna see a lot of my guests are people that it has worked for, and directly from by way of yours truly. So you're going to see a lot of that. Okay, so I look forward to that, but let me show you what we have going on. All right, so on December 1st, I'm going to have Pastor Charles. Okay, it's actually one of my best friends. It's also my pastor, and he was one of my best men during my wedding. So he's going to be here sharing his insight with us. He's a married man. Okay, so he's going to be sharing his insights with us as well. So we're going to have that on this Friday coming up. That's December 1st. And next, of course, we have our very own Natu, who is already in the chat right now. Natu is going to be with me, hanging out with me on Sunday, December 3rd. Okay, why does it say Friday here? I'm going to fix that. Let me see here. Make sure it's not just me. Yeah, it's Sunday. Okay, so we're gonna fix that. That's actually Sunday. And then on December 4th, we're going to have a guy by the name of Steve Williams. It's a YouTuber from the platform The Man Mindset. Okay, so we're gonna be getting some game from him. So gentlemen, that's not a day that you want to miss. That's on December 4th, Monday, 5 p.m. All right. And on December 10th, I'm going to have Auntie Sade and my bro Coyote. They're going to be here. They're going to be talking about JAPA marriage. Okay. So as far as the internet is concerned, every JAPA marriage crashes. Okay. So we've been debunking that, but why not just bring some examples to the table, right? All right. So on December 11th, I'm gonna go have my own. This is my G for life. This is my actual uncle. He's gonna be here with us hanging out, but he has a story to tell. So you don't want to miss this one. You see that title says One Night Stand. Oh my God. This one is JAPA Love Secrets. This one Master the Game. This one Beauty and Thunder. By the way, Natu is not Thunder. It's just that she tends to say Thunder a lot. So. But we're going to be talking about neutralizing a little known lethal weapon against relationships. All right. So, of course, we're going to have Brother Ben on December 16th. Brother Ben is going to be hanging out with me, navigating the choppy waters of JAPA marriage. So we're going to have a second JAPA situation, And today we're going to talk about that as well. We're going to have, this is my homies. This are my G's right here. We're going to have them as well. How to meet the love of your life. Oh my God. I got to have this person fix this. There's a error over there as well. We're going to have that fixed. Then we're going to have Sheon. We've had Sheon here before. Sheon will be talking about, we're going to be talking about sex. Okay. On December 23rd. Saturday. All right, so that's what we have lined up for the pre-launch of the book in December. So it's going to be exciting. Okay, so don't miss any of that. I just wanted to bring you up to speed with that really quickly. All right, with that being said, we have a lot to talk about today. We're going to talk about shocking truth, Western marriage failures, our relationships doomed for no reason. Okay. Or for a reason. All right, who knows, right? We're going to talk a lot today. So we have a big show today. So stay tuned, hit that like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications, and let everybody know that we're hanging out right now. All right, I'll be right back.
Beautiful girl, sparkling eyes, killing thing. I find a beautiful girl.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
All right, here we go. We're going to talk about KEKE Palmer first. KEKE is on the news, okay, but this time for good reasons. Okay, so let's talk about KEKE Palmer. I just saw this a few minutes ago. I thought we should watch it. I guess she's hanging out with Dr. Drew, and she's probably trying to do, Jada style. Let's let's share with the public. Let's see if they have something. Let's see what she's saying. I don't know, but this is on the Shade Room. It says on a recent episode of our podcast, Keke Palmer sits down with Dr. Drew to discuss mental health, abusive relationships, and boundaries. Interesting. I want to know. I'm curious to see what she's talking about. Let's see.
This gets me into what I wanted to also talk to you about, which is you talk about abuse, right?
Yeah.
Abuse comes from many different things. But I think this is the problem when people find themselves in abusive dynamics is what you just said. I have compassion. I know where this is coming from. You're not a terrible person. You're just dealing with this thing that makes you respond this way. But it's interesting because abuse, quote unquote, the action of abuse is seen the same way as narcissism, and it's also not really seen as a mental health issue, right? It's kind of like people don't deem an abusive person as somebody that's struggling with mental health issues, and yet are they? Because to hurt somebody and to go so far, something got to be wrong in your mind, right?
1,000%. That's absolutely true. And it can be a lot of different things that set that.
Wait, before they continue, do you agree with that, first of all? Right? Can we consider, okay, so this caption says, Keke Palmer, Dr. Drew discuss abusive relationship. People don't deem an abusive person as someone who is struggling with mental health issues. Do you agree with that? That is a mental health issue. This is just a monster that we should just castigate as soon as possible from the public. Let's get rid of them, right? How do you feel about this point here, Prestige family? Do you think this is, that sounded like giving them too much grace for you? What do you think? Let's continue. Wait, let's finish it.
Right? It can be addiction. It could be, with your own trauma.
I'm so excited because this gets me into what I want to also talk to you.
But you're absolutely correct that. So what you're getting at, I know you want to talk about boundaries, and this is a really interesting place to enter the conversation because when someone is in an abusive relationship and they're the victim of the abuse, and they tell themselves, oh, but I know he's such a great guy. He's so sensitive inside. I have this special understanding that he was abused. That, I don't know if you are okay with
actually,
that is BS.
That is total.
That is a boundary problem. But you're absolutely correct that. So what you're getting at, I know you want to talk about.
That is interesting. It's interesting. Okay, it took another angle actually from what I thought. Okay. And it's given me some insights to share with you right now, okay? All right. So if you look at the caption again.
About which is, you talk.
If you look at the caption really quickly. What's going on, Chidima? How are you? Chidima and Rita, welcome. If you look at the caption, please make sure you hit the like button before we continue. If you look at the caption, it says people don't deem an abusive person as someone who is struggling with mental health issues. All right, so we're not saying it's not mental health issues. Okay, we're not saying you shouldn't apply grace. As a matter of fact, I do preach applying grace, right? But like I always said, you can't, like if you fall to one extreme too much, you probably will hurt yourself in that process. Okay, there's something I try to push against as much as possible here when it comes to is the grass greener on the other side. It's like, well, the grass is not greener on the other side. Well, that's not a good enough reason to stay in a toxic relationship, right? Sometimes the grass is greener on the other side. I would say, I don't know what the numbers are. Sometimes it's not green on the other side. You just need to learn how to work on what you got, right? I'll tell you most of the examples I've seen, which is not stats, okay? This is not statistics, okay? Most of the examples I've seen, I can always kind of like see where people can work things out, right? Can at least understand what's going on with themselves first before even worrying about the other person. But in this situation right now, it seems like if a person is saying that about, if you're the victim, remember what Dr. Drew just said, if you are the victim, that is not your place. That's another version of self-diagnosing. That is not your place. Okay, you don't need to spend so much energy on understanding where somebody is coming from. If you are feeling abused, remember, I always tell you here, if you're feeling abused, you need to back off of that situation first before you start doing assessment and doing and issuing or assigning diagnosis to your partner's situation, and then perpetuating the situation you're in. Back off first. Like, don't do that to yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup. Okay, so I kind of have to agree. I understand where they're coming from, that this is a boundary issue. Okay, you have to first of all draw that boundary. You shouldn't be the victim of somebody else's trauma. We all can claim to have some kind of traumatic experience that will make us start to feel like, oh, we can now abuse another person. We can all act mad, and we can all point fingers at something else's fault. Like, if we keep that up, how long are we going to keep that up for? Like, how far do you think you're going to go with that, right? Again, you can't pour from an empty cup. So I have to agree with what he's saying, right? What he's saying. If you are the victim, if you feel like you're the victim, if you feel like you're being abused in a situation, it's not your place to be diagnosing that person. It's not your place to be giving them quote unquote grace. You don't have enough to give, right? Because remember, you're feeling abused. So if you're feeling abused, how can you have enough grace to give, right? If anything, you're probably going to build on top of the resentment that you already have, and that person might just eventually, just maybe take a little longer. Eventually, they end up collecting anyway. Right? So, but with that being said, we can't judge people that, you know, as a natural order of thing, they tend to stay, because this is a person that they love. This is a person that they used to be in love with. This is a person that they have vested interest. They have a child. Like, for example, the case of KEKE Palmer, she has a child with this person. So we can't expect like, you're still in that situation, just leave. No, you're going to have to be patient with them. If you're a loved one to them, you have to just be patient with them and just be a listening ear for them if you're that close to them, and you can't really manipulating them to make move as fast as you would if it was you. In that case, if you do that, that's probably a terrible idea, okay? Because they will eventually not feel safe with you, and then they will run back to the abuser. Oh, you didn't see that coming, right? And that's not what you want, right? So let's just be guided with all this self-diagnosis stuff, you know, because it can backfire in either direction. And this example right now, if I was to predict based off of that title, I'm like, it's not your place, okay? Don't worry about, you know, is there mental health issue? You know, if you're the victim, that is not your place. Back off of that situation first. Chidima says, giving grace might hamper the abuser's healing therapy. Yeah, you might be enabling, essentially. Right, so you're not helping them. People would take for granted anything that's readily available. If you're there, you're rewarding bad behavior. You're not incentivizing change behavior, right? You're not incentivizing change behavior. Anyway, Chinye, welcome, Jerry. G, welcome. Let me see here. All right, great. Let's have this conversation. So that's a good one. I think a lot of people can maybe pick one or two things out of that. All right, hit that like button as you're coming in. Let's ping everyone else into the room. All right, let's ping everyone. I'll be right back.
Marrying.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
Marrying.
All right, so I saw this thing on CBS Mornings, and I thought we should talk about it. I don't know what they're talking about yet. I just saw the caption. It says, "Marrying you was just the best thing I've ever done," in quotes. Some James Brolin. All right, who's James Brolin? Who's that? Anybody know what that is? I don't know what that is. No, I don't. Some actor, something like that. All right. James Brolin. All right. He's an American actor, has won 2 Golden Globes and Emmy He received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, 1998. Oh wow! You know what? I might have seen one of these people's movies. It looks like it's much older than I probably have seen in a movie or two. Yeah, I'm terrible with actors' names. I'm not the one for that. Let me see. Let me see if I can see some. Take Her, She's Mine from 1963. Wow. More recently, Lightyear. I'm trying to see if there's a movie name that I recognize here. No. Well, I'm not the one. Yeah, I don't see anything too, because I've seen quite a few movies. So I don't see anything, so I'm not familiar with him. But anyway, he's an actor. Okay, so let's see what. I guess they were on an interview with Gayle King. This caption on CBS Morning says James Brolin reveals to Gayle King that he had to propose to Barbra Streisand before she accepted three times before she accepted. On their 25th wedding anniversary, he wrote her a letter saying, "Home is not a place, home is a person," right? That's interesting. We also know that a house is not a home, right? All right, so let's play it. Let's see.
You was just the best thing I've ever done, you said. I asked you 3 times. And each time you asked her 3 times?
I did. Yeah, she wasn't sure about this idea.
Why, Barbara? He had to ask you 3 times?
Because I don't know. I have to
Minimum
try them out
3 times.
for at least 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I had been literally, it's a wild word, but I had been celibate for 3 years saying, who needs this?
You're not supposed to tell
For
them.
3 years?
No, I had not had any interest
for
in
3
getting involved in a lousy situation.
He was married twice before.
Yeah.
All right, so this man is 83. She's also an actress, and she's 81. Right? Just keep, but they've been married for 25 years. So 80 minus 25, what is that? Like 55? Yeah. So they found love at 55 and somewhere around that, between 50 and 57. Okay, so I'm sure somebody would tell you, well, this is an anomaly. So Allah, stop encouraging women to not pick anything that drops on their kidney right now. Like you're mad. No, I would never encourage anybody to settle for less than what they are worth. Their reality is probably what they're worth, but if they want a standard, they have a preference or something like that, as long as they're working on itself, it's all a journey. It can happen at any point in time. And no, I can't use 300 million worth of samples type of data to say, hey, the odds, it will never happen for you, settle for anything. That's stupid. It's just stupid. Okay, that was a conversation we had, one of the conversations we had here yesterday. So, but yeah, they seem to be still very much in love. But let's continue here. These people cannot lie to anybody. They don't need to lie to anybody, you know.
I was only married once.
After 3 years, that must have been a hell of a night then.
Wild.
What do you
But he says, home is not a place, home is a person.
Right.
You know someone is right for you if you love to be with them all the time. And when I finally go, I will love you then. Wow. Home is not a place, home is a person.
Mm.
She's your
that,
home?
honey.
Wow.
Yeah, well,
You wrote that, and I was like in shock.
getting me right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Marrying you with
Anyway, that's in the Western world. For all the wearies that are saying the Western world does not have story, but anyway, or Hollywood does not have good story. You know, listen, it doesn't matter. I didn't know these people. All I know is that what was being said here made sense. And if someone can take it and run with it, maybe they can build something on top of that. Just maybe, right? Just maybe. And what did somebody say here? Somebody said, Barbara, you are so lucky. Nah, I guess we're lucky. We could call it lucky. We're never shy to say we're lucky, you know. But that doesn't mean there are no things you can do to increase your odds, right? You can start by having a mindset of gratitude, by appreciating something that's good, by spending more time around positive energy and news. You can start like that, right? The best looking couple in Hollywood, gorgeous and handsome. Somebody said, how the hell is this guy still so handsome at 137 years old? Wahala. Tia says profound. Barbara and her husband put in some work. Yeah, 55 years of age. You know, 55 years. They tried. They've done well for themselves, right? They've done well for themselves. Now, if you find 2 or 3 people like this and you have a conversation with them, you might just have your own manual to make this work at any point in life. Instead of running around town talking about there's no manual, maybe you can create yours. You can maybe gain 1 or 2 insights, right? People like this that you can have a conversation with from time to time, right? Yeah, so there you have it. There's some success stories right there. Okay, a home is a person. Is that what he said? Is that what a home is a person? That is profound. A home is a person. Have you ever considered why nobody wants to spend this much time around you? They just seems like nobody wants to be around you like that. Or they're always like, why you sound stupid? Why do you sound like you're always angry or something? Have you ever considered that? A home is a person. Okay, I'm not talking about you, but in general, I'm just letting you know that it really comes down to how a person feels around you. Okay, that's what it comes down to. And there are a couple of things you can do here and there. You don't have to stretch yourself about that, but a couple of things you can do here and there, right, to make sure that you're paying attention to how you show up in society, your social skills, right? Oh yes, it does translate into a relationship, right? It does translate. So now we're looking at their results and it looks like, oh, they fell out of the skies. They're lucky. Yeah, right. I'm sure they have their own stories to tell too. Yeah, I love it. I think they might be selling a book or something, but that's cool. Honku said it was a wild night because it was. Did he say it was celebrated for 3 years? Hey Mo Fresh, good to see you. Good to see you. Says, do you blame him after all that built up anticipation? Yeah. You know, when you get into a place, this is why I appreciate when people do that sometimes. They want to be celibate. Maybe they've been round through, right? And they're like, you know what? My judgment is getting clouded all over the place. I need to work on myself. I need to work on myself. I need to stay away from this activity for a while, you know, so I can have clarity. Because like he said, he had 2 divorces at that time. 2 divorces. Remember what the stat says? The stat says anybody that has one second and third marriage has a 75% chance of divorce. He just beat the odds. Who's to say you can't beat the odds? You can beat the odds. You just have to be prepared, right? You have to be intentional so you can beat the odds, right? Now, if you just wing things along and say there's no manual, well, it makes sense that you fall into that statistics. It just makes sense, right? So there you have it right there. So shout out to James and Barbara. I think that was a good story. That's a good story. Do me a favor, hit that like button right now, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. Let's ping everyone else into the room. We have more to talk about. I'll be right back.
Beautiful girl, sparkling eyes, killing thing. I find a beautiful girl.
It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
All right, let's talk about IYABO and Liz ANJORIN. These two are 2 actresses, social media influencer, and some like that. Chinye says, when our time reach, we will beat the odds, in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Especially if you're part of the Prestige family, you will beat the odds in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, so let's talk about these 2 people here. You're gonna see a lot more of this kind of stories, okay? Because some people just think they can run around the internet and run their mouth. Afterwards, the internet, I can just say anything. Like, you'll be shocked if your speech hurts people, and they can trace it down to his hurting people. You will be put away. Okay, putting you away is not necessarily physically. They might just silence you. Okay. Shout out to DIDDY, Kanye West, Andrew Tate, everybody that they've been silenced. One way or the other, you get silenced. You know, that's why there's social skills. Okay, You have to know how to talk in public, okay? At some point, something will give, okay? So I don't know what the story is, but I see 500 million naira lawsuit. Who wants to wake up to 500 million naira lawsuit? 500 million naira is how much is that? Is that not, how much is that? Remove 3 zeros behind that. That's $500,000 or maybe a little bit less. Right? Who wants to wake up to that? Okay. Are they just wasting the Nigerian judicial system time? Anyway, let me just read the caption. Let's see. Actress IYABO has demanded a sum of 500 million naira from her colleague Liz ANJORIN, accusing the latter of defamation. Andrew Tate was interviewed recently by what's his name? What's the name of this British journalist? The one, in fact, that one is even like that one is even, his mouth is not good either, but he finds Andrew Tate kind of interesting too. I forgot his name now. He used to be on CNN. He was short-lived on CNN. British journalist. Anyway, lawsuit. Ojo, through her lawyers, wrote to ANJORIN demanding an apology and retraction of libelous, is that how to pronounce that? I know libel, but libelous statements. The Real Housewives of Lagos star shared photos of the documents on her Instagram page on Tuesday. Part of the document read, in your numerous publications via video content, you misinformed your large followership with several defamatory statements to the image of our client. Yeah, Piers Morgan. Yeah, exactly. Piers Morgan. Thank you, Jarity. Yeah. Part of the, okay, yeah. So, blatantly at the comment section on your publication, you freely aligned and corroborated the comments of your followers who readily knew your defamatory publications were attacking the person of our client with your response to their comment. Ridiculously, no attempt was made to deny these facts by you. I'm not sure if that counts. Anybody can say anything they want in a comment. You willingly confirmed that your publications were towards the image of our client, even though you attacked and referred to her as Shepeteri. What's Shepeteri? What's Shepeteri? What is that? Anybody? Like, somebody help me. What is Shepeteri? These people. Anyway, leave it alone. Don't worry about it. The demands include 500 million naira damages, retraction of statement in 4 newspapers. Is there 4 newspapers in Nigeria? Let me count. Punch, Guardian, Daily Post, I think, Vanguard. I just counted 4, right? Vanguard, Daily Post, Punch. Oh, yeah, I counted 4. Yeah, there's probably other ones too. Which should be done within 14 days. ANJORIN is yet to react to the notice on our Instagram page as of the time of this report. The duo had been at loggerheads on social media for days as they called out each other on their social media accounts. All right, so there's a letter here. That's the letter. Okay. Nigerians. Oh wow, lawsuits. Is this a lawsuit filed? Or this is just a letter, cease and desist from a lawyer? Which one is this one? It doesn't say. Let me see. I don't know what I'm looking at. Anyway, that's that right there. The only thing I wanted to extract out of this is this. Okay, Punch newspaper. This is actually Punch newspaper. It's a 500 million naira kilo day. Right? Kilo day. Well, that's how she's, I guess they're just trying to show somebody pepper, teach them a lesson, right? But I think you're gonna see more and more of this kind of stuff. Okay, there's still, like, the internet, social media is going mad. People are just running their mouth and they don't care as long as they can get some kind of clout from it. They're just running their mouth and they're jumping on any and everything and literally pushing certain news. So if there can't be laws that can hold people or silence people, then there will be consequences. There is freedom of speech, right? in any developed or developing society, right? I get that. But there's also consequences for certain types of freedom of speech. All right. So if they take this kind of stuff to civil court and they win, to start teaching some people some lesson, to at least do their due diligence, or at least, even allegedly, even when you say allegedly, at some point that's not going to be sufficient. You're going to be required to show where you got the source from if it's too damaging. If they can only trace it back to you. Yeah. So if you're a content creator and you're just running your mouth anyhow, this is probably some of the things you should be paying attention. You don't want to wait until it's too late before you start to adjust how you deliver information that can potentially hurt other people, But yes, 500 million naira is quite a lot. That's a lot. And also for somebody not responding and saying, "Oh, that is a lie." No, she doesn't have to say a lie. That something is a lie in a comment. No, she doesn't have to, as long as it doesn't come directly from her mouth, right? So that's that. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. Okay. All right. I will be right back.
It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
All right, welcome back. How many of you know who Meagan Good is? Anybody know who Meagan Good is? Meagan Good was a first lady, something like that. She was a first lady to, what's his name? Kevin Franklin, something like that, right? And this young lady right here, she's not exactly young. She should be about 40. She's 42. Jesus Christ. Damn. I was thinking more like 35, but she's 42. Oh my God. Yep. Meagan Good. So anybody know who Meagan Good is? You guys know who Meagan Good is? Meagan Good was recently divorced after a 9-year span inside of a marriage with Devon Franklin. Not Kevon. I said Kevon. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so she was married from 2012 to 2022. They were almost 10 years inside of that marriage. That's interesting. Wow. Crazy. Yes, I do think that Meagan Good is fine as hell. Not fine though, fine as hell. Okay. But she's just like everybody else, I guess. She's like everybody else. 2022, I guess she can move on now. I guess she's just trying to move on, right? But moving on, there's moving on, and there's moving on in a way that's it seems like you haven't learned anything. Almost seems like she has not learned anything at all. But again, I don't know what's going on in her personal life. I'm just looking at the surface, okay? But there's this news, Jonathan Majors. Who is Jonathan Major? Who is this guy? Why does he have a case in court? Some kind of DV, domestic violence case in court. I wonder what it's about. Okay, Jonathan Major, the only thing I remember about him is he had a picture that he took with Michael B. Jordan where he was holding, and I was like, what's going on here? Like, I just know I saw that in class. I'm like, okay, whatever is going on here, I'm not interested. But it looks like he's an actor, okay, and he has a case against him, and some kind of DV case. All right, so anybody can catch a DV case. You just have to not know when to stop an argument. If you don't know when to stop an argument, you can end up in a DV case easily. If you don't know when, if you're a man and you're arguing with woman and you call it a debate, yeah, you too, you go collect. It's only a matter of time. That's Jonathan Major right there, okay? But this is easier on the eyes. I'll keep it right here. This is Meagan Good. Apparently they're dating now, I guess. Okay, they're dating now. So she said, yes, I know Meagan Good. She's an actress, beautiful lady. I saw them as two good people that were unequally yoked. Which two? Devon and Meagan, or Jonathan and Meagan? Which one are you talking about? right? So she's engaged now. They're engaged. Oh wow, interesting. I know there was some kind of rumor that she's gotten on with somebody else. I didn't realize it's this guy. Oh Lord, I didn't know about that. A little bromance, maybe. Yeah. I was like, what's going on here? Like, whatever. True, and the amount of scrutiny she received from church folks also did not help. Yeah, because she married a pastor and decided to dress anyhow. Like, yeah, church people are not your mates now. Of course, they would drag. Church people drag people worse. You know that, right? I don't know if you know. Church people are the worst when it comes to dragging people, and they do it very subtly. You like, they still drag Franklin up to today. Anybody that's, they drag everybody. So, how bossy, how much more a Meagan Good who would choose to just dress in certain ways, So yes, so these two are apparently together, and he has a case in court, and I'm gonna go into these people's magazines and see if I can find some information there, so it can bring us up to speed about what this is about. All right, I see. This one look unequally yoked too, but what do I know? Yeah, what do I know, right? What's going on, Modele? Okay, Lee, what's going on? Welcome. Anyway, so let's talk about this. So in People's Magazine, it says Jonathan Majors holds hands with Meagan Good as he arrives in court for trial over alleged assault. Who is claiming that it's an assault? Is it ex-girlfriend of some sort? Is that what this is? What is this? Some kind of Bonnie and Clyde picture or something? What is this? Can somebody tell me what this is about? Anyway, Jonathan Majors entered the New York City courthouse Wednesday, that's today, with his girlfriend Meagan Good to stand trial in his criminal case involving assault charges. The Loki, is that Loki? Is that a movie? A Loki actor, 34 years old. He's 34. He's 34 years old. Meagan is 42. 8 years apart. Well, that's not new. We've been seeing that in Hollywood. They're both adults, I guess. Who cares? As long as it's love, right? Who cares about a lasting relationship as long as we're in love right now, right? As he appeared at New York criminal court for the first day of his trial in the Manhattan District Attorney's criminal case against him. Now, Meagan Good is probably like, well, I dated a church boy pastor who knew everything about relationship. Remember, they actually wrote a book about waiting. What is waiting? Waiting for marriage. They wrote a book about the wait, something about the wait. They wrote a whole book. Everybody was celebrating celibacy and, remain a virgin until marriage and all this kind of stuff. And, but shout out to Devon Franklin. He gave a very, very good answer when they asked him at the Breakfast Club after the breakup. Okay. He was the one who filed for divorce. It looked like it was amicable decision between the two. He chopped breakfast. Let's just be honest. Okay. He chopped premium breakfast. Okay, it was kind of like a silent, those silent killer type of premium breakfast, right? You remember that picture of him when there's a picture on the internet of Devon Franklin? Let me see if I can find it of him, and of course the manosphere dragged that. Oh my God, like this man right here, these people right here, they dragged him for that. Let me see. Oh yeah, this picture right here. This was the picture that Devon Franklin put out there after the breakup. Check this out. With tears in his eyes. Breakfast is the bastard. Breakfast will do you something, will do numbers on you. Anyway, let me continue here. So on Wednesday they were in court and hand in hand, blah blah blah, Bonnie and Clyde. This is the new boyfriend now, or fiance as they call it, I guess. And Majors held hands with his girlfriend Meagan Good as they stepped out of a vehicle with the actor's attorney Wednesday morning. He was wearing a long coat, a suit and tie, and black sunglasses as he entered the courthouse with Good, who is 42 years of age, whom Majors has been dating since May. So, okay, they've been dating since May. All right. And let me see. Major's trial comes 8 months after he was charged in connection with an alleged domestic dispute with Grace Jabari, with a woman. If somebody has a case, now that's ideally, okay, that's if you're thinking straight, okay, that's if you're able to think straight at all, right? If you are able to think straight at all, right? Why would you want to date somebody that has active case in court for domestic violence? Do you think you are going to be? You think you are different? You think you are special? And anybody saw the video that I dropped earlier on today on TikTok? All right. Anybody saw that video that I dropped earlier on today on TikTok? Anybody saw that? Let me see if I can find it here. This video right here. Let me see here. This video. Let me share it with you. Watch this. Did you guys see this one right here? You're not special. You're not that special. You will collect. That was all it is, right? That was all it is, right? Anyway, if you're not on TikTok, you're at least on Instagram. You're at least on YouTube. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. But yeah, why would you want, like, how does that work? You leave this type of relationship, right? Whatever happened here that's making this man looking like this on the internet, it was not pleasant. It was not a pleasant breakup. And you jump from fry pan into fire. I don't know much, yo. I'm just talking about what it looks like. You know, it doesn't look good. Now, this man has an active case in court. And you're 42 years of age. You see, this is where I question age sometimes, you know. But, you know, when you chop premium breakfast or you've been through something, you feel like, well, I did all the right thing. I dated a church boy pastor. He was manipulative, he was controlling, whatever it was that made you say, this is not it for me. Or it's too stiff. Or, you know what? It's boring. All these church people dragging me is enough, okay? I don't want to be a pastor's wife anymore. And you jump from that into, what is this? Is this like some kind of a... Is this like a bad boy representative of some sort? What is Jonathan here? I'm just asking. Okay. So now Grace Jabari, there's some alleged domestic dispute with Grace Jabari, some actor. The actor was arrested on March 25, and then you started dating him in May. She's going to save him, and the following day charged with three counts of assault in the 3rd degree, aggravated harassment in the 2nd degree, 3 counts of attempted assault in the 3rd degree, and harassment in the 2nd degree, as shown in people obtained documents from the district attorney's office. But I bet how fun, how you did? Part of my thank you, Jerry Modele. I hope it's not an X, so she should better run off. It's an X. Well, I don't know yet. I'm reading it with you guys. Bonnie call Clyde. 9 years senior. He has game. When you have game, you can get away with that, you know. And all the holier than thou ones will continue to chop, collect breakfast left and right. People like Tyrese. no, sorry Tyrese, but let's continue. But I bet how fun, how you did? As she said, God told her he was her husband. Oh yeah, you're talking about Devon Franklin. Yes, I think so. I think she said that back then. Yeah, they both like, oh, it was just God. It was just God. Right? No way he's that young. Is this guy in the Creed? Maybe, I don't know. I don't watch Creed. I know it's a popular show. She's about to get the Jada treatment. People will accuse her of preferring a bad guy like Tupac over a good guy like the Will Devon types. I think she does. Newsflash, I think most women do. Okay? They will never admit it. Don't try to argue with me in the chat right now, okay? All right. Very quiet breakfast. That guy is traumatized. Yeah. D-Law says, I'm sorry, MOP. Anytime I see a man cry like this, I laugh because it just seems so fake. Right? A man is crying out of the sweetness of his heart. He's a good man. He chopped premium breakfast. And look at what you're saying, D-Law. That's not nice. You call him fake. That's not nice. Not nice. She look into this with magnifying glass, so yeah, like this. Right? I don't know. Maybe she sees something that the rest of us can't see. Or maybe the other way around. You know, when you're in love, it's probably the other way around. But you're in love. I think being in love is a good part of it. Right? You have to be in love, you know. But it's just not enough, right? You all should stop dragging our fine Auntie Megan. Marriott, welcome. Those fillers must be affecting her judgment. Oh yeah, she has fillers in, right? Is that what you're saying? Let me take a closer look. Let's see. Are you saying she has fillers? She's 42. Why do you think she has fillers? Well, the thing on her eyebrow, that thing looks like a tattoo. Either way, it doesn't matter. But let's listen. This looks like a bad boy. All right. This looks like them type. You know, Tupac type. Oh my God! If you're married to a pastor, you can dress fine as hell and be conservatively sexy, where eyeballs are raised, not when. Yeah, she definitely crossed. She shouldn't have been in that world, but that's not her fault. Devon should not have. I don't know what Devon was thinking about. I don't know. What was she thinking? What was he thinking about? Right? Like I like who doesn't like fine girl too, right? I like fine girls too. Like she's fine, right? This chick is fine. Let's not get it twisted, right? But taking her home to mama, you better know what you're doing. You just better know what you're doing. That's all. Okay. One boob is hanging here and there, and you be pastor's wife. You'll be dragged to filth. Yes, sir. Church people will drag you innocently. You can't just be in love with anything. Not to say we don't. Though. If you say so, not to. Okay. All right. Yeah. Anyway. Devon is doing fine now. I hope that he knows what he's doing these days. It's not enough to be walking a straight line. He's a guy who walks a straight line. That's never enough. That's like Tyrese. That's never enough. You need game. You need game, okay? But I'm sure he's acquired experience will teach you game too, you know. Well, someone like him. Not everyone does. Many people don't learn from experience. Some people just go madder after after experience, you know. But let me finish this article, Jerry. I'm having a good time here with this story. 3 counts of attempted assault in the 3rd degree, harassment in the 2nd degree, as shown in people obtained documents from the DA's office. Last month, Jabari was also arrested. Jabari is a mad person too. Maybe. On charges of assault. That's the Grace Jabari was assaulted last month on charges of assault as well as criminal mischief. Though she will not be prosecuted. These people, these ninjas, in the months following the March incident, Majors has been dropped from various projects. Yes, if you enter the wrong type of relationship or you move mad, you will lose money. That's just the way it works. Nobody wants to associate with DV, okay? As a result of his arrest, additionally, the public relations company representing him parted ways. The PR company parted ways with the Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania actor. That's a movie. I haven't seen movies in a long time. I should. God help me. God help. Just pray for me so I can rest small and watch some movies. In a statement obtained by People following his hearing in May, Major's attorney Priya Chaudhary said that her team has provided the DA's office with irrefutable evidence that the alleged victim in the March incident that led to his arrest is lying about the facts of the case, calling the assault case a witch hunt against her client. Major's lawyer continued to maintain his innocence later that month, disclosing alleged text messages that they claimed showed the then unidentified woman, now identified as Jabari, disavowed any allegations against the Marvel actor. While the text showed the man saying this was not an attack and denied that Majors strangled her in part, documents obtained by People showed the woman told police that Majors allegedly struck her about the face with an open hand, like Will Smith and Chris Rock, causing substantial pain and a laceration behind her ears, as well as allegedly grabbed her hand and neck, causing bruising and substantial pain. If all you're doing is how do you say that? If you're trying to restrain her, if she's going crazy, you might end up in jail. And if what you did is actually struck her, obviously, you end up in jail, right? What's the point in what I just said? Gentlemen, I keep telling you, no, I'm not going to hear your story. None of these ladies are going to hear your story if you come back and tell us and you try to shalaye with no evidence. If you find that argument is already going in a certain direction, you back off, you grab your keys, you leave. You don't stay and there, oh yeah, she's just she's just the way she reacts from where their family. No, she needs to go to jail if she's acting mad, okay? And if you're the one that acted mad, you definitely deserve to be in that jail, okay? Because no one should raise their hands against anybody. No one should be waving their hands. Somebody said, what is waving their hands? Why are you waving your hands? Why you're telling people waving hands that you are mad? Okay. Waving hands, most people know what that is. Once your gesture starts to make the other person feel, okay, your physical gesture start to make the other person feel unsafe, then you might just collect. You might not even know you've been doing it, okay? The point here is this, gentlemen, you don't argue with a woman. You just don't. It's just stupid, okay? Oh, it doesn't result in any good result. It doesn't generate any good result, okay? You can't gain anything from that, okay? It's just a rule of thumb across the board. Don't argue with your woman, okay? You can have a conversation. You can have disagreements, okay? And learn how to actively listen. Learn how to say, okay, let's pick up the conversation another day, another time. Learn how to do that, right? But once we can label it as argument, and this is your woman you are in a romantic relationship with, yes, you're probably going to end up collecting. Okay? All right? You will end up in a court having to explain yourself. If you don't have evidence,
you go explain because no.
You go explain tired, you know. So let's be guided on that. Let me see here. So at the time, Carol Wick, CEO of Charity Incorporated, who is on the UN Women Violence Against Women expert roster, spoke to people about what the text messages might convey, saying, in part, at the end of the day, the message we all should be saying very clearly is it's never okay to have violence in your relationship. Exactly. And understanding that the violence is only a portion of what goes on. All right. So they were together. Apparently, they were together. And this was them. There you have it. That's the white girl from before. And now, today, Meagan Good is going to save him. Right? How many people believe Meagan Good is going to save him? So even if he wasn't the one who was the culprit in the violence, right? Is that wise to not allow this man to have some, like, let him go and play around first? Must you be in a relationship with this person engaged right now? You can't take 1 year. You're 42, he's 34. He's probably just in love with a seasoned Bekus. Papi doesn't know what he's doing, right? Well, not just him, but clearly her too, right? The day after Majors was dropped from a handful of projects, Variety reported that multiple alleged abuse victims of Majors have come forward. Wait, let me repeat that. The day after Majors was dropped from a handful of projects, Variety reported that multiple alleged abuse victims of Majors have come forward following his March arrest and are cooperating with the Manhattan District Attorney's Office. You see why all the projects are dropping him? It doesn't look good. We don't know what he did, but it doesn't look good. Following Variety, listen, you might even say it's women. These women, they get you like, what kind of women are you dating? Right? If they can't control themselves, what about you? Following Variety's report of more alleged abuse victims coming forward, Major's lawyers sent evidence to a New York court that reportedly showed the woman he alleged assaulted uninjured and socializing in the hours after the incident that led to the actor's arrest. In a letter obtained by people that Chaudhry sent to New York County Criminal Court, the lawyer wrote that Major's team is hopeful that the district attorney's office will move quickly to dismiss this case. And detailed evidence, she wrote, was presented to Assistant DA Kelly Galloway's office on April 11. Following his June 20 appearance at Manhattan Criminal Court, Majors met with law enforcement and filed a domestic violence incident report at a precinct in Manhattan's Chinatown neighborhood, near where the incident that led to his March 25 arrest happened. Insider reported at the time. In the complaint, the actor claimed the drunk and hysterical woman caused him pain and bleeding after the alleged assault. According to Insider, which obtained a copy of the report and a sworn affidavit, Majors also alleged in the report that the woman had attacked him in previous incidents, though he said he did not file reports in the past. Usually they don't file reports if it's the woman that's committing this. Okay. We don't know what happened. We'll find out. Thank God there's a case going on right now. If I see it again, I'll cover it, right? On October 25, Majors appeared virtually in the New York City courtroom where Judge Michael Gaffey denied a request for the dismissal. You know why? Dismissal as how? Yeah, I think these people, they will never learn. They will never, ever learn. MEAGAN, good. At least you have given this guy some room to figure things out first before you try to date him. You know, at least in a committed way. You know, but who am I? People have their own. I haven't really paid attention to this guy before. I don't know what his demeanor is. I have no idea. Even if I did, I can't judge. We're just gonna have to wait for the case to play out. That's what we're going to have to do. But yeah, shout out to Devon Franklin. Hopefully he's learned what he needs to learn at this point in time, you know. But yeah, today is Bonnie and Clyde. This is what we're dealing with today. Bonnie and Clyde. Bonnie, 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 Bonnie. Right. Yeah, people don't learn. Unfortunately. Let's see. Let's say the truth and shame the devil. Wait, what did I do? Yes, she's so fine. Uncle Ola went to look for fillers. Yeah, I went to look. It will not be small something. No. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Let's see. She will probably catch some hands too. Yeah. especially if you didn't give the person room to heal, to seek help. Yes, it doesn't matter if you're the victim of DV, you still need to seek help. Either you're the victim or you are the, what's the opposite of victim? The person, the perpetrator, right? So while projects are dropping him, Megan is picking him up, right? She's wiser than the rest of us. She's the one in love, so she probably knows better than we know. She's trying to be a supportive girl. Maybe he's changed. He's a changed man. They started dating in May. It happened in March. Okay. Maybe it's a good guy like Tyrese. And you know what happened to good guys in these streets, right? Where they don't seek the help they need to acquire the skills that they need. You know what happened, right? Yeah. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What's your prediction about this? What do you think this is gonna lead to? Okay. What do you think this is gonna lead to? Okay. Let's move on with this today's show, Jerry. I'll be right back.
It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One loving up, we done enough.
All right, let's come back to Diddy. Let's talk about Diddy. Speaking of dropping projects are still dropping left and right everywhere. Last time we reported on this, we said he basically said he's no longer the CEO of Revolt, right? Who is Diddy? Puff Daddy, rapper, mogul, all of that, you know. It's many stuff that's still coming out. Okay, so as of today, right now, some Harlem prep school, they've dropped their partnership with Diddy. They're no longer partnering with Diddy. So Diddy has always donated money. He donated to Howard University, which is alma mater. He donated $1 million to some kind of cause with On Your Leisure, the finance education black people's platform. Okay, so he's always stretched out a hand to different causes. One of them is the prep schools, like chartered schools and stuff like that, and I think he does that through his mother. Mama self go collect to mama self go collect to. So that woman's projects right now, they're all going down the drain, as you can imagine. Okay, so even according to vibe.com, just literally 8 hours ago, they reported, let's see, let me show you here. There's this guy, I forgot his name. His name is Gene. This guy you're looking at on the screen, he's Diddy's ex-bodyguard. Okay, and basically he has a ton of videos that's been going viral everywhere, and he's telling everything. He's telling everything. That guy, he's been telling for a whole year, by the way. Shout out to Take Heed here. See Take Heed. He's been telling. Okay, he's been telling a lot. Okay, and this more recent news. Remember we talked about Aaron All yesterday. Aaron was an R&B artist from The Guy, and this apparently was dating this girl at one point, Gloria VELEZ, who I think she was a video vixen of sort. But this guy basically told on him yesterday. Like, said, hey, he started dating this girl while she was 16. Okay. Stop the cap. People, especially industry people, have always done that. And 16-year-old girls, 15-year-old girls have always snuck into clubs with fake IDs. It's happened more often than you thought. Okay. So that's, so you see Diddy's ex-bodyguard. So somebody was that close to, so he saw a lot of things happening Although sometimes when he's talking, I'm like, this guy is copying a little bit too, you know. This is my guy right here. This is one of my best friends right here. Oruge Alpha. Talks marriages in many Nigerian families, especially those in the diaspora, needs a special episode on its own. If you've not already done one, we do it all the time. Oh. We do it all the time. As a matter of fact, the story we're going to cover today, we'll finish off with something like that. Oh yeah, Oruge. Oruge, you sent me the video yesterday. That's what we're finishing up with today. Okay. Well, this is one of my best friends here. Everybody shout out Osage. All right, so let's see here. Diddy is the gift that will keep giving for a while. Diddy is going down. Those allegations by Cassie were horrible. He can't come back from that. With their little fast tails. That was the language I was looking for that day. I was looking for that language. Fast. When they call them, they are fast. Yeah. Yep. They're sneaking into. Yep. And an older manipulative man. I heard that agents are asking the Grammys to move their celebrity clients away from Diddy. They don't even want to sit near him. I saw that too. Yes, so Diddy is this is going to be this is already very bad. I'm not sure what he's going to be able to do with this situation. Okay. But let's look at this really quickly. Let's really look at this very quickly. So this news, all right, let me play this video. I'll play this video and then we'll talk about it.
It's me, Scott, friend of mine's named Cree, one of Scott rappers that he was finna put on and everything like that, because he had a thing called Tough Jew Production, and it was Glory VELEZ. So we start talking about relationship and how older dudes always want younger girls and stuff like that. And she brought up Aaron Hall. So I know Aaron and Kay was cool. So she said, yeah, Aaron, he was, for light of a better words, having sex with me, and I was just 16 years old. So me questioning her, I said, so where did he meet you at? And she said, we met at a club. And I said, when you supposed to be 21 years old in the club? And she said, yeah. It was me, Scott, friend of mine's named Cree, one of Scott rappers that he was finna put on and everything like that, because he had a thing called Tough Jew Production, and it was Glory VELEZ. So we start talking about relationship and how older dudes always want younger girls and stuff like that. And I said, so when did he find out that you were 16 years old?
You didn't ask that question. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. Hey, these guys. What do you think you're talking? Stop the cap. You can't see the video? No? I can see the video. You can't see it? No? Can you see the video now? I was playing it just now. Tell me if you can see the video. Tell me if you can see the video. You should be able to see the video, Brother Ben. Okay. Everybody can see the video? Yeah, you can see it. They can see Brother Ben. Brother Ben, restart your whole computer. Anyway, let's keep going, right? Stop the cap. You're like, weren't you supposed to? Yeah, stop the cap. You were around that whole thing, and then like, stop the cap, stop it. All right, but I believe all those things happened, right?
She said, we was on the line at the airport in customs.
Oh, he meant it's small. Oh, okay. All right. I'll make it bigger for you.
He found that I was 16 years old. They wouldn't let me go to Jamaica with him, and I needed a consent, my parental consent,
right,
in order to go to Jamaica. So I said, so he think that you older than that. He just found out when y'all went to Jamaica?
Right.
She said, yeah. I said, so how could you fault him? You in the club and it's 21 years. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, so you can't fault him.
The club say 21, you 16 years old now. He bagged you. He put you on the flight for the take.
Yeah, well, they were quite younger, but Guy must have been, this time they're talking about, he must have been somewhere between 27 and 33 years of age. You could tell. I'll get some girls you can't tell. Okay, I'll give it a pass.
Take you to Jamaica, and he find out you 16 years old when he gets to customs. He's still at fault. He should have let a little young. I said, go. But now he's news now. So, and she put that out, but she ain't tell the whole story. But she told us the story at the table when we was at the Charter House in Malibu. Go.
Yeah, they never tell the whole story. They never tell the whole story. Of course, people are trying to tell stories in a way that favors them, of course, as usual. I'm talking about the girl now, you know. But yeah, some of these girls are out there like that, you know. Keep that in mind. Sometimes I remember as a teenager girl, my age, lying about their age to impress older men. They used to have ninjas picking them up from school in nice cars, R. Kelly, McDonald's, buying them clothes, taking them out to eat. We never stood a chance. People like this so dangerous. Keep folks from around you. They are not to be trusted. They will tell it all to anybody willing to pay. Yeah, this guy that's telling everything right now, I kind of look at him sideways too. It's kind of weird for me, you know, because you were hanging around it and you were okay with that, you know. So I don't know. I don't know. Chinya says, I heard on this YouTube streets that Aaron All had an interview with Vlad and was so reckless. Oh yes. You didn't see that viral video yet. Let me see if I can find it. Oh yeah. Aaron All had an interview that, you know, there's another video I saw on Linda AKG yesterday that I'm like, Jesus Christ. These people, man. Vlad TV. Yeah, he definitely, they dropped this 11 days ago. It's a 2-minute video. Let me play for you, since you mentioned. Let me play really quickly from
And no bitch out there say that she handled my shit. My father. Can no bitch out there say that she handled my shit. My father's a pastor, so my whole thing is that my grandfather being a pimp, it's just like I'm third generation Aaron Hall III. My father's is Aaron Hall Jr. He's a pastor, so I just skipped over it like checkers. And my whole thing is that if you never heard a girl say that no fucked up trick shit about Aaron Hall, then you understand that let's chill shit is some real shit.
So that was basically like from some life experience?
Now my whole thing is that I just think that girls think that a whole lot of guys, you know, run after they shit. You know what I mean?
Talk to me. You can say what you want on there.
But a whole lot of girls out there with the umbilical cords, them young 1970s, 1980s bitches. Yeah. You know what I mean? They try to go up there with the fresh out the pussy shit and think they can get like a nigga like Aaron Hall. I'm historical dick. Yeah. They fuck with me.
That's right. That's right.
I'm not sure if I should laugh.
Big dick. Everybody know my son's mother. Everybody know that shit. So
yeah, that's Gloria, and tell them about it.
So when you put Aaron's on it, when you fuck a bitch for 3 days and take the bitch hand and take him out of the man's hand, then you a retired pimp.
Yeah.
But at the time, as soon as I came to South Beach, I just grabbed her, and she'll tell you the same story. I just grabbed her and fucked her for 3 days. Then Aaron's got on a pussy with an apostrophe S.
Yeah.
Like it's Aaron.
I mean,
with
it was
3
like
colors on it.
Yeah, crazy glue.
And my whole thing is that if niggas can't handle me, I'm not gonna never let them get my last name. If you can't handle my dick, you ain't getting my last name. So I've been single for 50 years.
All right now.
A whole lot of niggas out there, from Jamie Foxx to like Denzel Washington to whoever. Everybody know me.
Yeah.
So everybody know if I say it, I'm gonna fuck it to death. I like the fucking public, you feel me?
Yeah.
So niggas can't say nothing about it. Them square ass niggas, them precious cake little dick niggas.
Yeah.
I like for them niggas to see how I fuck. Like if you speak to Joe to see or Puffy or any of them niggas, they been at my house. They all see me fuck. They all know I'm a big nigga.
Yeah.
If a bitch touch my dick and she say my dick is small, then she's a lying bitch.
Yeah.
Tell her to name the tattoo that's on my ribs that says warning. You get this dick, I'm fucking you up. The thing is, a whole lot of niggas write about taking girls out to shop, taking girls to fly to Dubai and all that shit. Bitch, close your eyes, we anywhere. You feel me? My whole thing is this. My whole thing is this is that
talk about it.
If you can handle my dick and you can make me still be Aaron Hall without fucking rapping out your mouth, then I'll take you anywhere. Other than that shit, you back home, bitch.
All right, blame Chinye for that. Just blame Chinye. Let's just blame Chinye for all of that because she asked. Blame Chinye for that one, though. No be me, oh. We're talking about DIDDY. Blame Chinye for that one. Yeah. I'm so sorry. Blame Chinye. Blame Chinye. Yeah. So that's a person that doesn't have a lot to lose. P. Diddy has a lot more to lose, right? P. Diddy has a lot more to lose, and that's what's up, babe. Yeah. All right. So there's this report here again. Like I said, he's losing a partnership with a prep school now. Okay, they said following a comprehensive evaluation, a decision has been made to end the partnership between Capital Preparatory Schools and Sean Combs. Dr. Perry typed in the now deleted statement. Why are you deleting it now? While this decision was not made lightly, we firmly believe it is in the best interest of our organization's health and future. The news arrives on the heels of Combs stepping down as a chairman of Revolt on Tuesday. TMZ shared a statement from the media mogul about Diddy departing his long-term role. Sean Combs stepped down from his position as chairman of Revolt. There you have it. So it's going to be rough for Diddy. Okay, I can't predict this too much, but yeah, it's going to be bad. You know, I don't know. Clap for your goddamn self, right? Really? Nah, you people should leave my God Chinye alone. Okay, leave her alone. Leave her alone. Please. All right. But let's talk about today's story. The shocking truth about Western marriages, why they are falling apart. You know, the reason why I have let's get into that. Let's get into that. Okay, I'll be right back.
Beautiful girl, sparkling night, killing time. I find a beautiful girl.
It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
Your plan le kokpe. Owo.
All right, so this is going to be in Yoruba. I'll have to translate, but let me play it first and I'll translate, okay? Let's do that. My buddy, my friend Osage sent this to me yesterday, and I've seen it gone viral since then, so I thought we should talk about it.
So kwati yawo your plan le kokpe. Owo students say if it's on lewe ìyàwó ni students or ni dependents.
All right, so I'm gonna have to just translate so I don't waste everybody's time, okay? She said, so you and your husband planned in Lagos before you JAPA from Lagos, before you left Lagos, that okay, there's money, we're going to send the woman to school and we're going to, I will work. That's what she's talking about. I'll do the work and then, you know, so that's what she's talking about. Let's continue here.
About the be your woman 20 hours or call them as she full time.
She said when we get to the overseas, that means London, America, Canada, the wife will work 20 hours, husband will work full time, and then they will kind of like work things and she'll go to school, right? And then usually also they have debt, they've collected debt, they've borrowed money to travel overseas, right? You can see the caption here says, wife refused to work 20 hours and put all the bills on hubby. When he refused, etc., she reports him to immigration. Let me align my sound effects here already, okay?
Stop the cap.
Tell us the rest of the story. Where's the rest of the story? Okay, she's going to tell us. Wait. Let me just chill, okay?
because ya wo gbogbo nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ máa sanwó yẹn díẹ̀díẹ̀ ẹ wá dé.
So they borrowed money, they might have borrowed, and they'll be paying that money. So now you got here to the overseas, to the Yankee, the Western world.
Ìyàwó wa yarí kalẹ̀ títí kan owó tó máa fi lọ ṣerun tó bá fẹ́ ra nǹkan £50.
So when they get here, the wife now says, "No, I don't want to work," including money that she will use to do her hair and all these other things like our own upkeep, right? Makeup, all that kind of stuff. She refuses to work. Is this husband? Is this smart? Do you want to kill him? That's what she's asking. Do you want to buy him? It's just this husband. He must pay for everything. Let's continue. Do you want to put a knife on his and tumbu and why are you doing this man like this? What's waiting happen now? This is the father of your kids now, right? I'm trying to do my face like hers. Let me put her side by side with me so you can see my face too at the same time. You've seen enough of her face. I'll just do interpretation now, okay? I could have been a good interpretation in the churches back in those days. Anyway, let's continue right now.
Raquel Morenike lorúkọ tèmi, mental health specialist ni mí.
She's a mental health specialist. She's a Raquel Morenike. Auntie Raquel, Auntie Morenike, we're gonna call her. You know, she put this video out there on TikTok, so I'm sure she wants the attention. I'm not sure what her TikTok page. I would have loved to see the TikTok page. Oh, there you go. She has a page here on Instagram. Oh, it's down though. Maybe it's just only on TikTok. Let me see. So she probably does stuff like this all the time. Who knows? Because there's many of them out there right now. You know, in fact, this is one of them right now. See this one? This one say a man cannot protect what a man cannot protect. What did she say? A man cannot protect. A man can't protect what he has no authority over. This is a stupid talking point always. Okay, this is a waste of your energy. Don't listen to this type of gibberish. It's nonsense. All right, so Auntie has a page, 43,000 followers. Let's see the captions. Okay, let's see the captions. It's always good to know where people are coming from. I'm just seeing it for the first time. As a matter of fact, I'm going to follow Auntie. Where's the follow link? Oh, where do you find the follow link? I'm looking. Let's see. Where's the follow link? There's got to be a follow link somewhere. Let me play this. Oh, there you go. All right, so this is Auntie's page right here. Okay, let's look at the caption before we continue this story. This might be why you are not getting that care job. Listen to this. Okay, good one. This is the one we're listening to right now, and this one says most African husbands have a mental health issue called delusional disorder. Please get help. What is that one? The importance of having a credit card. So she talks about an array of different things. Okay, so I won't prejudge her. Okay, so thank God for that already. What I did when my daughter came home crying that she wants to change school. Okay, good. So now I can give her some grace and continue the story. Let's continue. Let's see.
Mental health issues such as depression and
so she talks about things that affect people with mental health issues such as depression,
anxiety, stress, they cause physical health issue like
mental health issues that can cause physical stress. Okay, that's what she talks about.
High blood pressure, hypertension. When they signs they might look out for in children and adults presenting with traits of autism or ADHD, and the strategies to support them with.
Nice.
Back to today's story. So, Uncle Ilo me phone.
So some uncle called her and started crying on the phone. The wife went and reported. So I missed that in the beginning. The wife went and reported her to Ilenla. That's a homeland security here. It's called what do you call it in UK? Something like that. Something home too, right? But basically people that worry about immigration and stuff like that, right? So she went and reported that they no longer live together anymore.
Deport to the point where Ilenla call ìwé sí ẹ̀gbọ́n pé.
To the point that the Homeland Security, or whatever they call it in UK, have written him a letter that he should leave, something like that, I think.
Ọjọ́ báyìí o láti fi ìlú lẹ̀.
That on a certain day he has to go back home. Remember, according to her story in the beginning, they borrowed money, they came to London from Nigeria for, greener pastures. And the plan was you work part-time, home office in the UK. Thank you, home office. You work part-time and I work full-time, and then we pay for your school so that you can get better, and then we'll do back and we will lift ourselves out of poverty. We'll pay back our debt back home, right? But now something happened. Something happened. We don't know yet because I'm listening to it fully for the first time. I only listen to maybe when I see videos like this, I listen to 10 seconds. Like, oh, they'll be interesting. Thank you, Osage. And and then I put it in the safe. So I'm listening to the whole thing right now for the first time, right? So she went and reported him to the Home Office that they no longer live together. And now he's received a letter and they're advising him that you have to leave our country on a certain day. They do that here as well. Well, they can ask you to leave is what I'm talking about. Let's go.
Otherwise, I'm going to be kilo shelle.
She said otherwise we'll come and arrest you. And now she said, what happened? Why are we doing this? Have we forgotten that this world, right, is, I don't know, how do you say that in English, right? Basically, this world everybody is passing through. Like this world, you can't hug up onto this life. You have to be nice to people, essentially. You're acting like you're bigger than the world that you live in. That's what she's saying.
Uncle yi sọ fún mi pé ìgbéyàwó over 15 years.
This uncle said a marriage over 15 years.
UK.
They haven't used 1 year in the UK. And it's discombobulated.
Wọ́n ṣàlàyé àwọn nǹkan kan, yes, pé student visa ìyàwó ló ní kíni main applicant wọ́n ní student.
The man explained something that is the woman who has the student visa. So there's this student visa thing that people have been collecting in Nigeria to travel out overseas. You can bring family like a husband and stuff like that, right? And so she's the one who is the student who they gave the student visa to, right? So he came as a dependent to, to the student.
She 20 hours and one mama she share full time, of course. And
they sold houses, they sold everything. A lot of people have been doing that lately, right? They sold everything and they borrow money just to travel overseas. And now they sold cars, they sold businesses. I can't speak to this one too much, okay? I can't speak to it too much because people know what they're going through. I don't know what let's say. I don't know how to say that in English. It's very hard for me to give advices on this type of thing because I've never had to deal with this type of situation. And oftentimes we come off as, privileged if you give too much advice around this. And even myself, I don't like it when people give advice. I say, you should not marry for paper. Like, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about. Leave people to figure that out on their own. I mean, the reality is that some people have done it successfully and some people have not done it successfully. And when you fail at doing this type of things, it's terrible. It's just bad. That's all I can say. But I can't claim that some people have not done it successfully. But I can't speak too much to it because I don't have the experience. And when anything comes down to survival, as long as you're not hurting another person, I just let you make that decision for your own. But anyway, that's what's going on right now. This woman has gone back to the home office, okay, who basically give them the papers to leave, the papers to work permits, student visa, and all that kind of stuff. And they've now asked the guy to leave town.
But gbogbo tó bá ti yá loan tó fi ṣe nǹkan tó máa ṣe wọ́n máa dáwó padà ọkọ adé máa support ìyàwó wọ́n dẹ̀ débí ìyàwó nírọ́ o èmi ò ṣiṣẹ́ o tó bá.
So when they got to the UK, she says she doesn't want to work.
Ti lè ṣe bí ọkọ.
If you can't act like a husband,
màá dá ẹ padà s'Èkó ni.
I will send you back to Lagos.
Màá ṣe kinní kan ọkọ yẹn ní káwọn, of course mi ìgbọ́ side ti ìyàwó
I love this auntie. At least she said, I did not hear the side of the wife's story. Right? I like when she said that, okay? Because the story already sounds terrible. It sounds crazy, okay? But I'm glad that she said that. That's a very, very important piece in what she's saying. Let's continue. She hasn't heard the other side of this story. Now, I the way I do my shows here, I don't necessarily have to hear the other side of the story, but I can acknowledge that I haven't heard the other side of the story. I can tell you what I think is happening off of the limited information that I have, right? That's going to be the case today too, okay? I already said stop the cap, right? Did I do that? I did that already, right? Yeah. Let's continue. I just need the rest of the story. We're getting the rest of the story. Relax. We're getting the rest of the story, okay?
She's a mediator in this case. Èmi máa mú àwọn stories yìí wá kẹ́ lè fi understand, kẹ́ lè fi ṣàtúnṣe, kẹ́ lè fi plan. Ìwọ tí wà tí àwọ̀ ẹ̀ bá ń bọ̀ ẹni.
She said she brings the story so you can use it to plan and ṣàtúnṣe, basically just, manage your life. Basically, she brings the story.
Plan. Tó bá jẹ́ pé máa kọ sílẹ̀ máa ṣèwé pé okay o 10k lówó students ẹ fees ẹ o 5k tá san yìí bóyá ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ ló yá wa àbábúrò ẹ ló yá ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ ló yá wa tèmi bá dé tí bá ti ríṣẹ́ máa san iye báyìí ìwọ náà máa san iye báyìí ìwọ náà.
So she said, I'm saying this so you can plan ahead of time and write this down in the book somewhere, maybe some kind of contract where you say, well, this 10k we borrow from this person, this 200k we borrow from this person, you pay a certain amount, I pay a certain amount, right? So, right, like pre-plan this. Basically, that's what she's advising, that you should pre-plan this, right? And I can't fault her for saying that. But there's more to this story, and I'm going to talk about it in a second. Let's keep going.
Any proper solid arrangement and agreement.
She said have a proper solid arrangement so that when you get to overseas, to London, to United States, to America, to Shalaye with no evidence.
We go explain because no evidence.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how well that's gonna work, but let's continue.
To the point
she said to the point that the wife called the police on the guy. Okay, so how did we jump from? We've literally just jumped from home office situation. He received a letter and he's been asked to leave town, to the point where the wife is calling the cop. They're calling the police on this man. Where's the rest of the story in between that? Auntie doesn't know because she hasn't heard the other story. That's just what the brother, the uncle, this is what the uncle told her, okay? But there's a jump there. There's a jump cut. And we didn't get that part of the story, right? Wait, from home office, you have to leave town. Now they call the police. There's something there, Maybe she will tell us. Let's go.
Shocked. So the
guy was just shocked. Maybe I'm a good guy. Shout out to Tyrese. My wife has changed. What happened? How did we get here overnight? Right? So because we came to the Western world where we know the women control everything, does that mean you should be walking all over your husband anyhow? This is the father of your child. 4 children. They left their children in Lagos with grandma. The grandma, the guy's father, is taking care of the children. The money they send, they will send it to the younger sister of the wife. And that one is doing what? And then they will take out of the money and say, don't give some of the money to... They will take out the money and say, don't give some of the money to the mother-in-law on the other side. Like, so there's family, family issues. What is all these jagbajantis? Is that English word, by the way? No, I don't think so. There's bad here. That's a Yoruba word, jagbajantis.
Me, but story any KG. Me, a counselor. But my own
auntie that judge dear. Auntie has been judging already. Just look at auntie's facial expression. Right? She didn't say much, but that facial expression, She's kind of frustrated with that lady already, right? She did give an out. She did say, I haven't heard her own side of the story, so I'll give her that.
His mental health mind is shaking.
She said the mental health of this man is shaking. Brother Liz, hey. You have women protecting you, sympathizing with you. You will still collect.
Sorry.
This woman can't help you. They can't. Well, they can sympathize with you. Short term. Okay. This woman can sympathize with you because they are not in that woman's shoes, right? So they can sympathize with you because women generally, they're nurturers. Like, they can feel your pain for you even times 10,000 times. So they make you feel better short term. But the story, we haven't gotten the story from how did we jump from the Home Office to why did she call the police on him? There's two possible reasons why she called the police on him. The first possible reason, which is probably more likely according to her, I don't think that's what's more likely, but based on her facial expression, more likely she's just an evil person. So she called the police on her husband. Is that possible? Yes. But it's unlikely. It's unlikely. I said unlikely. I'm not determined. I don't know what happened. Okay? It's unlikely. The other side is that, that marriage, that 15 years of marriage has been 15 years of... What?
Why the fuck you lying?
I don't know. This is just based off of what I know about my small time here in life, okay? The idea that somebody called the police on you just because they want to be evil is highly unlikely. There's more to the story. Granted, she said she hasn't heard the other side of the story. But let's continue. You are a woman. Somebody is going to do your own papers too. What is wrong with you? What are you carrying? What is that? Like, why are you prideful? Calm down. Okay, you are the one with the student visa. That's what she's saying. I'm interpreting her. So because you brought a man to London, you are now stamping all over him. If you are an evil woman like that, you too, of course. You have to tell you. I don't have to tell you now. The brothers will want me to tell you now.
Sorry.
You will collect. But from what I know, there's more to the story. There's more from what I know about how human beings operate. There's more to that story.
Shaba, jagu, jagu. This will be the third person to pay me. Benny.
This is the third person calling her of this type of evil woman who will bring their husbands overseas just to drag them. The husband they are in love with. The husband they love dearly. The husband who is taking care of them. The husband who sold everything to bring them to the overseas. Who had a plan with them, right? The husband who is emotionally intelligent, socially intelligent. The husband who knows how to play his role as a husband, particularly at an emotional level. This is the third time she will hear a story like this. And these people will get, these good men will get dragged woto in these streets. Obìnrin. All right. Let's finish it. I haven't finished the story yet. Hold on.
Consent but yes, you can go ahead.
Men generally don't give her the consent to tell, but this one man who is nameless gave her the consent to talk finally the story. Oh, by the way, if you haven't read me yet, I'm being sarcastic small, but we'll get to it. Okay. But men generally don't give her the consent. But this particular nameless guy, right? In fact, when she said, I am Raquel Murenike earlier, I thought she was giving the name of the man. Then I was like, she's giving a real story. But the person is still nameless. Let's see if she will give us name after the fact. Let's see.
Blackmail wọn, blackmail wọn.
You're blackmailing evil women, blackmailing people all over the place.
Ṣé ti yín ṣe ti kọ̀wé sí home office?
So you've written the home office.
Wọ́n dẹ̀ ti kọ̀wé sí bros pé kí bros gbéra. Well, alátiṣe bọ̀dá náà máa ti ṣe àárẹ̀ torí pé.
You've asked your husband to leave town for you. Mashio. Mashio.
Ó já mi lára jẹ.
Mo ti ṣàlàyé fún wọn nǹkan tó máa ṣe. Wọn, mo ti sọ bó ṣe máa rìnrìn wọn fún àwọn èèyàn náà dẹ̀ ti fún.
So she said she'd explain, she's explained to the guy how he's going to move about, maybe file a case, maybe he can, file a motion or something or ask for, So she's trying to help in that capacity.
Advice. But it's a mini pay, ìwọ ìyàwó tó bá jẹ́ student, tó bá wá síbí ṣe 20 hours.
She said, our own is if you're a woman and you came here, do work 20 hours. That's the message she's passing out. Do at least part-time job. Okay? Don't buy the man, right? Don't kill the man. That's reasonable. That's really, really reasonable. Right? And it's highly unreasonable for any woman to have a plan before and then come and then say, no, I don't want to do that anymore. And then you go from, you don't want to do that anymore. Wait, there's a disconnect for me again. She doesn't want to work, but the person that's working to feed her, she wants to send her back to Nigeria. Something is missing there. Something is missing there. I'm just saying. What does she plan to do? How does she plan to make money? Are they giving them money in UK for school? And she can live on that? Or she plans to marry another man and JAPA with another man? Or somebody else is going to give her papers? Right? Now, this type of woman that will do this kind of stuff, she's been married for 15 years? How?
How, Sway?
She's been married happily for 50 years. Is that what I'm hearing right now? I'm asking. She's been happily married for 15 years. Is that what we're claiming right now? We're running with that. And it's just been 1 year. And she decided to throw all of that, including her children, who still live with the grandma, away. These stories exist, but there's more to these stories, is my point. These stories, they exist. These issues are happening everywhere, but there's more to it. Okay, there's a Bible scripture that I'm going to find. Okay, when you're going to have an opinion about this kind of cases, there's a level of wisdom that you need to apply. Okay, there's a level of wisdom that needs to go into addressing this kind of story. Okay, the reality is that there are people that are wicked enough to do crazy things like this. Okay, but the other side of reality is that there's always more to the stories. The idea that just people, a 15-year-old married person just woke up and decided to do you shaggy for no reason. What's the title today? Western marriages failures, our relationship doomed for no reason. That's the title today. That's the title today.
She said it's
not easy. You don't buy the man.
Easy. Really, a young, put away towards the family. No. Wait,
is she doing the 20 hours or not doing the 20 hours? I thought she said she doesn't want to work again. But I guess she's talking generally now. She's advising, don't because you only work 20 hours. And then you're putting that money in your own pocket. And you want to now expect to put all of this on your husband. You're going to buy that man. Because the work in this country is difficult, in the Western world. It's difficult. It's difficult than you work in Lagos. People, women, please, women. This is another woman begging you all right now. Okay, please save our brothers. Let the poor
Let be poor. Breathe.
ṣàánú àwọn kan yín ìgbéyàwó 15 years under 1 year ń sìn ó ti wọ mí torí ọwọ́.
A 15 years marriage in 1 year is underwater.
wá sí ìlú òyìnbó máyì ń bí.
And it's all this woman's fault.
mi ni pé wọ́n láwọn kàn kábàámọ̀ pé ká láwọn ti mọ̀.
And the man is now regretting that if he had known, had I known.
ǹjẹ́ àwọn wàá ṣe ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ mo náà ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ gbé ẹ wà.
And he's now saying, had I known, have I not taken the wrong step? 15 years later, just 1 year into your marriage in the Western world, in the JAPAs.
Positive. Ẹ wà positive. Nǹkan tó bá máa dàgbà mí níbẹ̀rẹ̀ ó máa rí kọlọ́fín ẹ̀kọ́ wà positive can take it easy.
So she now advised, just be positive and take it easy. He has to leave the town, remember? Positive with what? What is he going to do? Okay, she said earlier that she advised some things he can do, right? Oh, just be positive. Okay.
You know, ẹ̀yin obìnrin ẹjọ́ torí gbà tó jẹ́ pé tọkùnrin.
She said, women, please. Because. She said, women, please, because when it's a man.
Mo gbé wá, mo ṣàlàyé, so nísìn tóbìnrin ni. Ẹ má pa.
So she tried to play even, right? Because when it's a man, right? We say our own, right? When a man is at fault. So now this woman is at fault. Let's talk to ourselves. She's saying that to women.
Ọkọ yẹn má ṣe wọ́n léṣe.
Please don't buy your husband.
Lè ṣe 20 hours tó bá ti ríṣẹ́ ṣe kó support ọkọ ẹ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀.
When you have work, please do it and support your husband financially.
Ẹni, you know, ọ̀tún wẹ òsì, òsì wẹ ọ̀tún lọ́wọ́ fi mọ́. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ help.
Àgbájọ la fi ń sọ̀yà, teamwork, teamwork, right? Makes sense.
Help ara wa, ìlú yóò easy, kò wá easy. Tó bá.
This Western world is not easy. It's not easy.
Táwọn kan bá encourage ẹ̀ bí kan pé lọ ṣe lone parent, lọ ṣe single parent, wọ́n á fún ẹ nílé, wọ́n á fún ẹ lówó.
Oh, some people are encouraging people, go and be a single parent. Go and they will give you money. Are they advising people like that somewhere? I'm sure somebody is advising. Ladies, are you advising each other like that? Go and become single lady. I'm sure it exists. I'm sure. Maybe indirectly. You know, misery loves company. Some people might be doing that indirectly. Nah. Stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
That's not what's going on with these stories. But let's continue.
It is disadvantages about daily.
When the disadvantages come, when you become a single mother, you see shaggy.
Oh, leadership.
You can't do it all alone.
But
what I keep telling you, when it becomes a matter of survival, people will do all type of mad stuff, including if single mother looks like more peace of mind than being in a marriage, especially if it's been 16 years, and they suddenly have an option. What do you think human beings do? All of us, human beings. What will human beings do when it becomes a matter of survival? Even if it's wrong on paper, morally speaking, what would they do when they have to fight for their peace of mind? Whatever that looks like, even if they are wrong, even if you are right and they are wrong. What do human beings do? Tell me.
Well, you're right.
Okay. There's more to this story. Let's finish it.
Don't
because you came to Western world and be acting like you're now above the law, above family, right? That's
especially
because you've heard that it's women that rule in the Western world.
Communication was so important.
Communication is very important. Sit down and talk with your husband before. See, before you jump on a plane to come to the Western world, make sure you talk about these things before you leave Lagos, right? Let's just assume they never talked about anything. They just came from Lagos, right? Please, there. Take it easy. Humble yourself. All of this is vanity upon vanity. Particularly, we're talking about women. And Obìnrin is talking to an Obìnrin. Right.
nǹkan tá a mú lọ sọ́run kò sí nǹkan tá a máa mú kúrò ní ayé yìí.
There's nothing we are taking to heaven.
Take it easy.
Take it easy.
ọkùnrin tó bá ń go through nǹkan báyìí báwọn èèyàn sọ̀rọ̀ kó má bàa wà depressed kó má bàa.
If you're a man going through this, talk to people so that you can't be depressed. Brothers, let me talk to you for a second. If you're going through this, talk to other brothers. Okay. If you're talking to other brothers who have your similar experience, I'll be careful. Misery loves company. Okay. When you're going through something like this is how you feel. Your feelings are valid. If you're going through something like this, right, there is a high that you're going to have. There's a high that you're going to have. That high is not necessarily going to solve your problem. One of those highs that you're going to have, right, is going to kind of make you're going to enjoy talking about this more than you're actually finding the solution. Listen to what I just said carefully. You will enjoy talking about this more than actually finding solutions. And when I say solution, lasting solutions, not a short-term solution. See, what she just said, if you listen to it, you will feel good about yourself. At least somebody understood you, right? But a short-term solution, it doesn't solve your problem. And what I try to do here is I give you something that at least mid to long term will become an effective solution for you, than something that will just make you feel good right now. So for the rest of this conversation, you're probably not going to like what I'm going to say. Okay, but I'll try my best to add some empathy to this conversation. I'll try my best, okay? But there's more to the story. Come on, man. There's more to the story. Come on. There's more to the story.
Need depression, Korea or time, malo end up in the mental health institution. Take it easy. Look after your mental health. Have a good day.
All right. Great advice to end that. All right, so let me come to the chat really quickly, and then I'll drop the link for anybody who wants to come and add son to the Gary. You heard that too. Let me see. What's the chat saying? Let's see. Okay, we went past that. Okay. Wait. It's still okay. I'm trying to come down to. I'm scrolling through the chat. Sorry. Right. Okay. Here we go. Chidima says she's on student visa. Let me drop the link already. Actually, just in case. I think somebody's already asking for it. All right. So Chidima says she's on student visa. Hobby is dependent. Yes. This is gonna be interesting. But Ben says this is gonna be interesting. I have a feeling how this is gonna end. That marriage is ended already. But Ben, the marriage ended already. Okay. He ended before he got the letter from Home Office. Let me give you news flash. That marriage ended before they left Nigeria. Is that news flash for all of you? Did somebody say something? Okay. That marriage was on life support before they left Nigeria. Okay. All right. She has listened to one side of the story and taken a side. Huh? This is not making sense. She has listened to one. You know. Let's see here. Oh no, that's horrible. People are still liquidating everything to study in the UK. That's terrible for this family. Oh yeah, they're doing it in droves. Like thousands right now. I don't know if you know. I think they slowed down on it. They changed something and they're still going though. It's still going. Oh yeah. This story reminds me of that story. Not to, I'll come to you in a second. This story reminds me of that story on Auntie B's channel where he went and slandered his wife, and we found out he was dealing with her mercilessly. Yeah, I think I remember something like that. Yeah. It's been brewing from Niger Tete. Chinye was way ahead of me. Look at that. Oluobìnrin àti ẹ̀sùn sẹ́gbẹ́ kan respectfully. Marriott, come on. Don't mind them. The wife is Cinderella level evil, while the man is innocent. I mean, that's the story she just told us, basically, right? The man is just a good man who is working, paying all his bills, and taking care of his wife. And one day he received a letter, and some days apart before or after, I don't know, the woman, this terrible, terrible, evil woman, called the police on this very innocent man. Imagine what that sounds like. Aye manika. Right? Oh Lord. Ola, please tell us you have a story, Biko. No, I don't have the story. I don't have the story. The only conclusion I can make to you today is that there's more to the story. I don't have the story. All right, but she didn't mention name. Who is going to tell us who they are talking about? Because this story, there are men that feel this way are everywhere. Just so you know, men that feel this way are everywhere. So we would know who we are talking about. There are multiple men in their household right now dragging their wife for one reason or the other, right? And there are men who have gone through the other side of that. The woman is now showing him shaggy, and the woman probably doesn't feel like she's showing him shaggy because nobody's speaking yet. Remember, she's talking to Auntie on TikTok, so nobody will know whose story this is. So we're probably not going to get the other side of the story. You might just get another story at some point. But this is going to blow up in everybody's face at some point. And men will probably suffer the most for this, okay? Because they are coconut heads and refuse to learn how these things work. Deeper than the surface level stupid stories they've been telling themselves, okay? That's just what's gonna, it's gonna have to happen. That's how it's gonna happen, right? The least I can tell you is that evil woman, please stop being evil, okay? I don't know if evil woman knows she's being evil. I don't know if evil woman admits to being evil. I don't know if an evil woman who has been considered an evil, who has been collecting for 15 years, thinks she's evil, right? So I don't know what they want me to do with this type of stories. Of course, not my brother. Of course, I'm just talking in general for all these stories that are popping out of nowhere, right? If you won't tell us the full story, right, of how your marriage deteriorated to where it is, we can't help, right? The best you can get is some auntie who is sympathizing with you on TikTok. I'll tell you right now, the brothers can help you better, because we'll call you out on your bullshit. We will, unless I'm like you. Then our misery loves company. Then we will embrace each other, hug each other. Brothers, you know, this woman are evil. Right? Probably called the police because he was whooping her ass. I won't say that yet. I just know there's more to why somebody will call the police on you. And it doesn't mean it's your fault, but you need to tell us the story. You need to tell us what happened there. This your literal translation, Mr. Ola Ogaju, Abi. If she said she hasn't heard the other side, she shouldn't be going in on her like that. She didn't go in, it's just the face, a facial expression that was going in on her. Her mouth said, I haven't heard the story, so I'm not a mediator. But her face tells us much, right? So that's the sympathy. But Ben says, Mr. Ola, I've seen women call police on men over here for no just reasons. Even if the reason is, but Ben, even if the reason is that I will show you shaggy, I am an evil person, that is a reason. But Ben, come on. Even if the reason is I am your evil witch today, and I will show you shaggy just because I am an evil witch, the evil witch becomes a reason. And I suspect the said husband is cheating. Maybe have another kid out of wedlock. I don't know. But there's more to the story. There's more to the story. She said, the story is not adding up at all. It's not. It's not. Ha! Nkombe. Maybe the woman came to UK and decided to get rid of the husband. You're going to see more and more of that. But for us to say it's for no reason.
Stop the cap.
Even if it's women are vindictive, and I'm generalizing, but women are much more vindictive than men from my personal experience. Not my personal experience in my life, I said like from what I've seen in my personal observations. But vindictive means somebody did something too, right? So 15 years is not a child's play. She's filling in the blanks because she doesn't have the other side of the story. Sound like Pastor Adeboye's interpreter right now. I am. Oh, I know. So I did a good job, right, with the translation. No true. We women, we love our families too much to throw it away for government cheese. That's the narrative, that women are throwing away family for government cheese. These women that are doing tech degrees everywhere, collecting degrees, some of those degrees are useless, granted. Some of them are extremely useful. Some of them are getting jobs better than some men, multiple 6 figures. Like, they want government cheese, so they will kick the family to the curb. That's the narrative.
Are you playing? What type of playing is this? This is playing.
That's the narrative right now. Okay. Tell them, how much is government paying that is worth the stress of single motherhood? Besides, you're not paid for being a single mom. Your income, married or single, qualifies you. If you don't change your car oil and decide to carry that car on a long journey, that car will disappoint. Natu, I'm coming to you. That is a word. That car will disappoint you. Yeah, that is a word. No names. Even though this person give her consent to tell the story, but no names. Auntie, that's a discombobulated idea. Want to get two to get two. Right? You didn't tell us a name. You were not protecting any. There was no reputation to protect, or what do you call it? Consent to, like, whatever she said. Mr. Allah, you should cut highlights of your show and post it on your YouTube channel to increase visibility. I think you should go back to the channel page, Marriott, after this, and go and see all the work and comment on 3 highlights that we've posted today earlier. But thank you, that's a good idea. We've been practicing that actually for the past few days. And yes, we've seen some changes in the numbers. Heavy, we're going in. In addition to, all right, let me just, let's, hold on one second. All right, there you go. Natu, you're on the stage now. In addition to her face, she was saying some slick things. Yeah, she was like, there's some digs, like, but I wanted to be nice to the auntie Morenike and Raquel. I wanted to be nice to her, so, you know, because she explicitly, I have to go with her words and not dwell too much on her facial expression. The facial expression does indicate that she's taking sides already, with a story that's at best 1% of what actually happened. Not to talk to me, Jare. What do you think about this whole thing, so we can round off?
Something fishy going on.
Yeah, well.
No, the math is not matching. It's not matching.
It's not
matching.
Yeah.
You know what pains me is people coming, painting a narrative about an American abroad marriage, not American, sorry, abroad marriages, and saying that people are coming. Listen, if I move to a state where EBO, that thing that they used to GUN, is allowed, if you are working where there are gangsters and you have a ball in your pocket, you know there's a way you will walk. Because when anybody just say, you just bring it out.
Yeah.
You understand? So there's a high chance women are not saying anything in Nigeria because the system, there's no structure.
Yeah.
There is no structure to help when it comes to that. Even if you go to churches and complain to your pastor, he's gonna say just be patient with your husband, just be understanding. Pastors don't call couples together and talk to them and try to hear both sides and try to be a mediator, try to be a middleman, try to let them see options. And that's where sometimes couples run to family members, and then you end up seeing people taking sides, and then nobody wins at the end of the day, and the family just goes. Do you understand what I'm saying? So
right.
For what I would say is going abroad for some women is healing. Is an escape route. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because there's structure. So you see, if anybody, I said from your show, I have learned. Everybody will say, oh, my partner just started changing, acting weird. I don't know why. Stop the cap.
Right.
Stop the cap. If it's not you, then you know, you have to know, or you have an idea what the problem is. If it's coming from somewhere. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
So now them trying to paint this picture and this guy trying to be, even if the woman is high on dry shit, she will not call cops on you just like that.
Yeah, I know.
And I keep telling you, like, before, I never used to understand what's going on in marriage.
If she's sick in the head, that's what we will be talking about today. That's what we'll be talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if he should even be lucky she didn't do anything bad to him. She called the cops. You understand what I'm saying? What if she had done something bad to you and he's not here to tell the story?
Wait, did you say he should be lucky?
Yes. I'm sorry to say, if your spouse, if your partner called the cops on you, count yourself lucky. Because
that's true.
Will have done
it can get worse. It can get worse.
Yes. Yes.
Because we know what happened. We know what happened usually when the cops are called. We know what happened. Even let's go back to what Brother Ben said earlier. He said he knows some women that call the cops for no reason. If my woman call cops on me for no reason, listen to me carefully, gentlemen. I'm thinking my head. There's something that I didn't see that was happening. If that's my interpretation of what happened, like for no reason, there is something that's going on. What if he did the worst instead of calling the cops on me? Whatever she's feeling that made her move mad to call cops for no reason, I'll thank my head that way. At least she called the police. She didn't dumbo me in the middle of the night.
Anything that your partner will do to get your attention, something is going on that you're not paying attention to, and they're calling your attention to it. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
So like I said earlier, if you have it, and I gave that scenario earlier because our car, let my husband not hear me because I murdered our car. All right. So,
is it the same car that I know?
Yes.
You've been murdering that car for a while. You've been murdering that car for a while.
You know what happened to that car? I was looking at the oil change thingy. I was banking on the numbers for me. I never opened the bonnet to check if the oil was dry or anything. So I kept telling myself, oh, the numbers are not there yet for me to go change. And my husband doesn't drive the car. I drive the car all the time. He drives the car maybe once a month or once a year. Once I have something to do, he doesn't drive the car. So what happened was that.
What's happened? Now you did it. I can't hear you anymore, by the way. Is it me? Can you guys hear her? I can't hear her anymore. I can't hear Natu anymore.
I can hear you.
You can hear me now. Yeah, I can hear you. Yes, okay. Yeah.
So what happened was that the engine was leaking. I wasn't paying attention to it. Once I just check the tires, I just put the car. If I turn the car on, no engine light coming up, I just drive and be going. Do you understand? Until that day, that car did that thing. So
some cars will not give you warning.
So the oil was dry and the engine kept working without oil. So that's what happened to marriages. If you're supposed to do oil change,
the engine will knock.
Not doing it. Don't wake up one day and come and tell us that your marriage just ended just like that. No, it wasn't just like that.
Yeah, you've been driving that car for straight 180 days. So I get it. You've been in that marriage. You've been in that marriage for 180 and 15 years. I get it. But the engine knocked.
Yeah.
Okay, the engine knocked. You're not going to turn around and tell us, oh, it's just the witch hunt. It's the village people.
I'm sorry.
No, okay, at least do the homework first before you tell us that. Like, do some assessments. Get the full story. Let them do some kind of diagnostic assessment, right? Before you come and tell us that, oh, these engines of these cars are just terrible. What? What? No.
And also if you see the body of the car, there's nothing wrong with it. You've seen the car now. If you see the body of the car, it's still looking clean.
Yeah,
So
that just like many marriages.
Remember when I was telling you, I said there was nothing wrong with the car. My car is okay. Like, I don't know, just today. It wasn't just today. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, just like many marriages. It looks good on the outside, but you don't know what's going on the inside. There are two human. Now we're talking about double engines, right? And you never know what is going on inside of that situation. You know, I'm not a big fan of some of these analogies, but that works for me today, because honestly, there's a lot of people who are acting like that. They don't do any type of assessment of what is going on with their relationship. They first of all, they lack discernment spirit. They don't pay attention to their spouses on both sides, right? They don't pay attention. They don't care. Okay. Oftentimes not because they don't want to care. Life is like that. Life can get you busy. See finish can get you in a position where you haven't paid attention to your spouse for a long time, and in your mind you're like, oh, we celebrated 7 years, we did 8 years, well, it's been 11 years, right? And then you change the environment one day, and that environment is conducive for that person to say enough is enough, right? Am I making assumptions here?
Yep.
No,
you're not.
This is how it works. Because now we're saying the possibility, right? Something happened. It could be as simple as she went mad. She's crazy. You're right.
Something has been happening.
Okay.
No.
It could be as simple as mental health issue for this woman. She's Osenwe. Okay. But don't come and tell me that she just like, oh, just for no reason. Like, no. Have you taken the time to assess what's going on? Right? Yeah, you change the environment. You're right. In the Western world, people have options, or seemingly have options. Oftentimes, they will exercise the option before they realize it's not necessarily better. But you just lost your family already. Now, in terms of what she said, she kept saying, before you leave Nigeria, I don't think people plan to leave Nigeria to come and dump their husband. I don't think so.
And let me also explain something, right? Because, you know, I got married and my husband moved here. I think from the stories from people that belong to the same group like us that we've been hearing, people have expectations. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And another thing that affects marriages is communication. So the husband has expectation because they hear that abroad, bills are being shared 50-50. That's the narrative that is out there.
Right.
So
thank you for bringing that up.
Yes.
Thank you for bringing that up.
So they have that assumption that it's 50-50, but they assume that their partner knows. So when they get here and now they're putting in everything and their partner is not giving their own bit of the bills, then it becomes a problem for them. Like, okay, this person is not acting this way. And like Pastor Mildred will always say,
right?
She's like, don't assume, especially with men. Like, you have to communicate.
You have to speak up. Yeah. Right. Remember yesterday on the show, I talked about the lady who said, "Be quiet." I said, "Well, some people need to speak up more." No, I don't want to make that an absolute advice, you know. But yes. Okay. So expectations and pride.
When they have that expectation and they don't communicate with you, that they just have the assumption in their head that this is what is expected. And so when they get here, when it's not going that way, it starts affecting the way they communicate with each other. They start having, they start keeping to themselves, and then resentment kicks in. Right. And then the marriage starts breaking down. And before you know it, it collapses.
So what you're saying is that women should not make assumptions that, you know, that the man knows
should not make assumptions, but
men have a hard time reading minds.
Yeah. So let me also explain something, right? When we were growing up, our mothers did a lot of stuff in the house to help our fathers.
They did.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it wasn't like obvious with our fathers.
It's not written down.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's not. But this Gen Z have like a different idea of what marriage should be. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so now they're assuming, for me, I didn't grow up seeing that. So I don't want to assume that I'm going to get married and be 50-50. If that's the idea that my husband has and he communicates that to me, it's up to me to decide if I don't want
If you want that or
But
not.
Exactly. But if as a man, you're like, you know what, she know how abroad be now. I will suppose juggle together, blah, blah, blah. So if she is a student and she feels that working will not make life easy for her, she's supposed to communicate to her partner. Like, I cannot do this school and do work. So how are we going to do it? Do you understand what I'm saying? So I didn't grow up like that. I didn't have that idea. If my husband has that idea, he has to like say, okay, this is what idea I have. My husband is a very good communicator. So he's going to say, this is the idea that I have. Do you understand? So I'm not going to assume now that this guy wants me to bring something up and he has not said anything. I didn't grow up seeing that. And one thing that I've grew up seeing that I've implemented, my mom has been my father's biggest backup plan.
Right.
When I'm in backup plan, she always has
and that's the divine definition. It's called the helpmeet, right?
Yes.
It's like I know you have my back, right?
Right.
In reality, how it plays out is that you don't submit your money to me, but you have so many expenses that you take care of that you never ask me about.
Yes.
There's so many, if you see me wearing anything for the past minimum 7 years, that's just when I started keeping track. It's probably much longer. If you see me wearing it, it's my wife. I'm just being honest with you.
So you gotta be like, I don't want it. I don't like this one you're wearing. Change it.
In terms of just buying it, I'm talking about even acquiring it. She's the one. We have a party coming up now this weekend, which is why we don't have a show on December 2nd. I'm not thinking about it, but she's already thinking about it
because it's taken care of.
It's taken care of. She's the one because she actually doesn't want me to look a certain type of way too, because she counts on me. I'm probably gonna look ratchet, But the point here is that that's the dynamic of a situation where it's following the divine order. You know what I mean? This equal playing thing, you write everything on paper, it's not realistic.
You will not win. You will not even win, bro. You will not win.
It's not.
Nobody. Hold on. We sat down. We're making analysis, right?
Hold on one second. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Before I forget this train of thought, right? She mentioned something, support your husband, right? When a woman is not supporting her husband, right? The question is why? That person is not supporting for a reason. Your instruction is not going to change that right now. Gentlemen, another auntie telling your wife to support your husband is not going to change it. You need to find out why she's not naturally already supporting you. You need to do that homework. You need to find out why. It doesn't mean you're not doing what you're supposed to do. But let's start with you haven't found out why. That is a thing you're supposed to do that you haven't done. Find out why this woman does not feel safe enough. She won't come and submit her paycheck to you. If you feel the need to ask her to submit her paycheck, it's going to backfire because she already doesn't feel like if she's spending so much money, you will see it's visible. The woman make the home. You can tell. You won't have to ask. If things are so bad that you have to ask, there are deeper reasons than somebody just want to hurt you. They're probably trying to protect themselves from something. Maybe you, maybe not you. We can't make that assumption until we've assessed your situation. Generalizing and just dragging everybody across this story, it cannot work. It cannot work. That's all I'm trying to say. But go ahead, Natu, then I'm bringing Brother Ben up.
So we're making analysis, right? Like me and my siblings. We're talking about how our mom was like pulling up for our dad. And we now said that, do you know that dad hardly buy clothes for us growing up? And we're always looking like pink everywhere, event. The major events that he buys clothes are like Christmas and birthdays. But throughout the year,
throughout the course of the year,
sandals, everything is her. So when I was like, imagine how much he's spending on 5 children. And my mom was just tearing her. She's like, what about this analysis? We're like, wow. Now, until everybody started having kids, they now understood what that woman was going through at that time. But at that time, they're going to say, you're not paying the bills, you're not doing anything. She's taking care of 5 kids.
Yeah.
My first marriage lesson that my mother taught me was when I was 8 years old. Both my parents work with the government, so my dad wasn't paid for a minute. I think 2 months or 3 months. And one day he was going out, and she said, "You're going out." I told so he gives her money to buy food stuff monthly. So she was like, "You're going out." I told you there's no food stuff in the house. But my dad always counts on my mom to come up with something, and he was upset because he wasn't having money, and she's still stressing. And he said, "I told you I don't have money. Where do you want me to get it from?" And the guy just went out. So my mom now made our local food. And the first thing she said was, "Go and bring your father's plate." I said, "What did you say?" She said, "Bring your daddy's plate." I said, "Why?" I said, "This is how he talked to you when he was going out." So she said, "Go and bring the plate." When I brought, she said, "Sit down." She said, "Your job as a woman is to be a helpmate." She said, as you can see, your dad has not been paid for almost 3 months. He's stressed out. Everybody's stressed out. So you need to understand that he's trying to figure out how we're going to survive. Right. And I'm still asking him. That's why. So that was my first lesson at 8 years old. Right. That was my first lesson. Do you understand? So the thing is that women are doing a lot that people don't see just because you don't write it. And like you said earlier, if you're saying that the woman is not helping, now the question is, why is she not helping?
Why is she not helping?
Yeah, we're not stupid.
You don't jump to the instruction, help your husband. That's not going to help.
If I have been helping before and you're not appreciative, I'll withdraw subsidies. I'm going to withdraw subsidy with my full chest. With my full chest. Yeah. So I have a friend that's a Muslim. Her husband, she's always been helping the guy, and then he went to marry second one. She withdrew subsidy. The guy almost fight. He was like, she's not nice anymore. She's not helping. She said, okay, we have money to marry second wife. What subsidy do you need from me again? You're fine without the subsidy. You don't need me. So that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Let me bring Brother Ben. Brother Ben, how far, my guy?
Hey, Mr. Ola, how you doing now?
How are you, sir?
I'm good. Sister Natu, how you doing?
Not today here. She don't mute.
I'm doing well, sir.
Okay. Oh, good evening, my sister. Yeah, I was.
Brother Ben, before you go, do you remember this story? Did you follow this story when it happened on the screen? The story on the screen, Biro and Osas.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. They are also JAPA situation, but I think she was born here. So, but yeah, go ahead,
Mr. Ola. Mr. Ola, you see this JAPA marriage casala. He get us to be my brother. Every story is unique. Each story is different from one couple to the other. Exactly. And I think the people in UK, their own marriage wahala and JAPA, it's even more scary than what is happening here in US. I'm sorry, because sometimes when those people in UK act, it's almost as if like they are in Nigeria. I'm sorry, because that's just how I feel about it.
This is you shaming UK people, just so you know.
No, I'm not shaming UK people. I'm just expressing my own perception of the way UK matter they be. You know,
are you saying they act like villagers in UK? Is that what you're saying here?
No. Far from it. On the contrary, I'm saying that they are like maybe overexposed. Should I put it that way?
Right.
It's like they no send. If you say you get crazy, they're ready to show you crazy. Most of the marriage problems that I've come across from UK, it's always as if they are sworn enemies at war.
Of these marriages out there.
Yeah, that's what I just mean. You know,
right.
Because I know, and like in Nigeria, right? I live and grew up in Lagos, and some of the behavior that I've noticed with people in UK.
Did you grow up in Lagos?
Yeah.
Why you keep claiming Ondo? You're not Ondo person now. You're letting Atibi get away with calling you Ondo man. Ondo is far.
I'm proud of my origin, my brother. I'm so proud of my origin, bro.
That's what's up. Yep.
So, but I grew up in Lagos, like almost most of my, I think from age from I came to Lagos 3 years old. I went back to Ondo at the age of, I think, between 10 to 14. And then I came back to Lagos, and I've been in Lagos till I came to US. So I just visit Ondo and come back.
Gotcha.
So some of the characters that I've noticed with UK people is typical of what you see in Lagos, Nigeria. So that's just what I mean when I say that you get how UK people matter be, you know? Like in Lagos, if you they treat your woman anyhow, the day the woman go enter craze, she no go just say your father, she go do you anyhow too. So, and I think UK women act like that mostly.
Right.
And then the men too, when you were playing what that auntie was saying, did she say she's therapist or counselor herself?
Yeah, go differ. My man, on mental health. Well, many of them don't know what they're talking about. They just know theory. But how this plays out in real life is a struggle for many, for majority of them, as a matter of fact, especially when they are mental health workers and stuff. They follow assessment and check at work. They don't know.
My brother,
they don't really have.
Yeah, as she was talking, the energy I'm getting is like that man did something. That's just my take. We didn't hear the other side of the
yes.
But I have the feeling that when it comes to women usually sending their husband back from UK, this type of story I've had, like I've even lost count. Plenty people where I know, those ones that I saw online, plenty where the wife would just remove visa from the husband, Yash, when they will kick and go back to Nigeria, especially these students. Sponsor dependent visa and all that. So, but most cases when that happens, what usually occurs is that the man either had a woman somewhere back at home.
Something has happened.
The wife may not find out till they go to UK.
Right.
And then when the man is in UK, now working, the man starts sending money into 2 accounts. You know, and because such man now become a man who is kind of like taking care of 2 families. So he's working, the money no they reach and all that, and then before you know it, the wife finds out, and she'll be like, what I put here TV. You go for Lagos.
Because but like I said earlier, women, from my observations, are more vindictive than men. So when the payback is coming, sometimes the payback you're getting is something that happened years ago. You thought you were forgiven.
No.
You thought you were forgiven. You thought you thought this is over. So when they even want to, like Natu just said, that's why they advise women to express themselves more, because a lot of it is internal, right?
Yeah.
And when you now start to collect, and you're now like you don't know what happened. And a woman that you brought to the America to her, she's probably looking at you like she has all these different levers that she can pull and show you shake. But you're not telling us the rest of the story. So let me even back off a little bit, but Ben, before you continue. Maybe you don't know what you did. But part of the things you are doing is that you don't realize that it's possible you've done something that you're not aware. That right there is another problem. That's another problem. This is why you run around and say, for no reason, not you, of course, but I'm talking in general.
I know.
Right? In general. And there's fewer people that are saying that, and more people are saying, well, they're being evil. By the way, on the woman's side, there's also a bunch of people running around talking about people just want to be evil. Like, no. Most of these people lack game. They don't know what they're doing. They are winging things along. They enter marriage it's just the next thing to do. So when it's time to actually do something, they're surprised, like, wait, we could just live like we've always lived, happily ever after. No, the other person has been suffering in silence for 15 years. So the longer you tell me that you found out about the surprise, the longer that person has been suffering, literally.
Yes.
You know, continue, Brother. Sorry to cut you out there.
Yeah, no, you did come here. It's part of the discussion. So I've seen cases like that when the man did something wrong and then the wife pay back, or the man might actually don't do anything wrong, but when he got to UK, things just don't work out between both of them because it goes both ways. I've also seen cases of women who got to UK and they just turn out to be lazy. For instance, you know this care work that people do when they first migrated.
Right.
Care work is not.
Some people don't want to do that.
No. I can even use myself as an example. When I came to US, I joke with my wife a lot about this too. I used to tell my wife that, thank God I did not work in one facility here in Austin. That facility is where I'm currently working now as a nurse, but many Nigerians, when they come over, that is the facility where they work, you know, to start from the grassroots.
Okay.
And it's still the same care job, okay? It's still the same CNA package kind of. So I used to tell my wife that I thank God that I didn't get to work in that facility because I would have gone back to Nigeria.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's
because the work is
it.
too much.
It's not the work. I just can't stand changing brief, you know.
Okay.
Wiping people and all that.
Okay. You can't do that job.
Yeah,
but you can do other things now.
Nigeria. Of course. This is not something you do in Nigeria, you know. So I'm just saying it. A lot of Nigeria, when they travel like that, and the alternative they have is to go and do care jobs. Some people can't stand
because it's easy to do those jobs. You can get those jobs faster. Obviously, because nobody wants to do them. Yeah,
those are the jobs that even pays more better. You know.
Right.
I could remember when over here, some people who works in the bank, they don't make as much as CNAs. You should know that, Mr. Ola.
Right.
People who work in the bank here in Austin, for instance, you get paid maybe $11, $12. Maybe they just increase it to $13 now. And you have CNAs making as high as $18, $20 in some facilities. You know, so there are just some people who can't do that. So these people that go to UK for studying, and when they are leaving Nigeria, you know, they are all motivated, inspired. Tabati day UK, we go hustle now. Money go there. So by the time they got to UK now, first and foremost, you are living in a very small space compared to where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Then there is cold. Then there is this job where you have to go and help people, and then this the kind of job that we consider the lowest of the lowest class of job in it. I don't even see people doing it in Nigeria. So maybe they've started doing it now. So the wife might decide that, you know what, I can't do this. You go and work. Let me face the study. You know, when I finish the study, I will take care of things. So I'm just saying that I don't want to go by all the story the auntie was saying. It might just be that they got to UK, the wife just feel like, you know, you are the man. Just take care of the whole thing. Let me do my lay. When I study finish, I go do my part. And the man, you know how he be. If the man walks and the man feel like the man might decide that he can't cope.
But he clearly doesn't want to go back.
The man?
Yeah, he doesn't want to go back.
Well, that's his own problem. I'm sorry to say.
He doesn't want to go back, obviously.
Mr. La, we're different. I was going to do a program on this JAPA thing, just because my hands were tied today. I've always been in the opinion that a lot of people who judge JAPA in Nigeria, they don't really, I don't know, maybe they can't get somebody to sit them down and tell them the basic truth.
You know what? Abroad. You must have missed the beginning of this show. I know the advice person on that one. No, you know why? They will say I'm speaking from a place of privilege.
Okay.
So motiri àwọn yati je. I've seen people that are seeing skyscraper and they can't drink water. You know, I've seen person where water they run, light, full 24/7. They don't have the shame. You know, they have to hop from one place to the other, and you know, I've seen person go gather money. They even lend them money. Okay, here is 20K. Go and do the paper. Go and find someone to do the paper. They lost all that money. There are horror stories, you know. But I'm not telling a person that want to japa this story, yo. I'm not.
We have to. You know, who want here make it here? Who don't want to make no here? Because okay, look at this situation on ground now. Why would somebody agree in this time and age? Why would you agree with a woman that when we reach, we go work, we go pay back? As I did like this, so maybe because I say I dey roll with Igbo, like I'm a fisi paper.
In fact, let me say it to you, but Ben, you're speaking from a place of privilege. See about Jori in your Nigeria. If you suffer for Nigeria, any way out of Nigeria, even if they told you it's Benin Republic, we are going, you won't go.
Well,
even if it's
we have different
people are
mindset,
driving across. No, it's not that. That's what Natu tried to say yesterday. When it comes down to survivor.
Oh, Mr. Ola, don't look at it that way, my brother.
No, it's not
mindset.
No, that's
everybody.
No, I disagree.
Oh,
I disagree. Across the board, if survivor enter that place, you can say survivor for everybody's level is different. You can say that. Maybe that's what you're trying to say. But for you too, like the rest of us, if survivor kicks in, there's certain things you're not proud, you don't know you will do right now, you will do.
No, it's understandable. I get where you're going.
That's all
Mr.
I'm
Ola.
saying.
What I'm saying is, when it comes to the issue of man and woman, Mr. Ola, we did different too. People approach things differently.
No, but we're not talking about man woman now. We're talking about somebody japa. You were talking about japa now.
Is this not the people who japa and the wife go remove your paper for Inyash we talk about? That you played the video that the woman was
that's some of the, again, when you change, we've had this conversation before, when you change context, right? You change environment, you change religion, you change anything that's significant that affects people's identity, sense of identity.
Yep.
Gentlemen, you need to understand that something will shake up. And when I say something will shake up, it's not positive. So if you're not prepared for this reality, if you catch you by shock, right? The change is inevitable. If you change environment, you literally, even if you go to Ghana right now, if you move your family to Ghana, some things will change that will change your reality, that will shake your world up. Particularly your marriage we're talking about right now. And what do you do with that? You just say, hey, calm down, stay cool, stay calm. Let's understand what's going on. You don't run around the internet street talking about your woman is evil. That's going to get worse. Like, it's no surprise to me why it's getting worse. You see what I'm saying? It's no surprise to me. So it's not only women that change when they come to JAPA. Men change because you suddenly found out that you're going to eat from the freezer. There's certain attitudes that comes from with that. Especially if you've been used to relaxing and you know, she now come back from a 12-hour shift of doing CNN.
Relaxing and taking care of.
Something will shake now. So if you don't have room, wiggle room, if you're not open-minded, at least small. Because if you're open-minded, you will still get what you want, but you will be coming from a place of understanding. But if you try to use this coconut head of a pride thing, could it work? It can't work now. It cannot work. It can't work. You know? And I'm not saying that's what happened there. There's two things that happened, that possibly happened here. That woman is mad, which is what everybody's saying. Okay? That's the first thing that could have happened. The second thing that happened is more likely of what happened. Okay? That relationship was not as strong as they thought it was. That marriage was not as strong as he thought it was. So all it took is to enter one pressure zone like that, and everything is shaking up and everything is dropping off. That's the other possibility. It's more likely is the other possibility. Because if you tell me it's the other one,
they don't know that the marriage is not strong. They know.
No, but we patch it.
Will change it.
We patch things now. In Nigeria, if you just understand as a default, the way marriages work in Nigeria is definitely different across the board in general, right? So the dynamics in general, it's not that one person's at fault or the other. It's just the dynamics is different because the lifestyle is different. You should expect that it's different. So if you're not at least open-minded when you're moving, when you're coming into that new world, especially knowing that somebody's working 20 hours, somebody's working 40 hours, because what the accusation she makes are very clear. She said this lady is sending her own, she said indirectly, she's keeping her own money. The 20 hours money she's making, she's keeping it. She sent money, she's the one who handle money to send Nigeria, and she will have people who keep one to the side in Nigeria, right? That issue is deeper than JAPA marriage now. That's a marriage that weren't, they weren't on the same page. They're not on the same page.
Let me tell you a quick story that happened here.
Yeah.
So someone, they met here, they got married here, and they were having issues. They had 2 kids. They were having issues, and then the husband started talking to somebody in Nigeria.
Mm.
And
he started talking to someone in Nigeria.
Yes.
Okay.
I started sending the person money.
Oh, I started sending that person money.
Yes, and then even taking loan against the house without the wife consent because the person wants to move to Canada. So what had happened was that the wife found out, and she confronted him, and they got into an argument, and she called the cops. And now, yes, and the auntie said, his auntie said, oh, at least he didn't bring the person to the house for you.
All right, thank you.
You understand that? So people that have known them before be like, oh, you people, they're always cute, they don't have any problem. You shouldn't have called because your husband is not a bad person. I've never had people have issues. But look at that. Taking loan against our house to give a woman. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. So there's some extreme stories out there. When you start to hear the 2 sides of the story, you will finally find out. My own thing is that when I assess one side of the story, if you notice, I always say, tell us the rest of the story. You know. And I know that most people are incapable of doing that, but hey, tell
just
us
like
the
the story of that lady, just like the story that lady said that the wife left the guy at the airport until the wife came out and gave a whole full scap of what had happened, and then nobody could talk again.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So, and people were already calling her names for abandoned at the airport. Why did you let him come? But like you said, women are very vindictive.
Yeah.
So like, I'm gonna let him come here, and then when like he gets here, I'm gonna let him down, and he find his bearing.
Yeah. If a woman did that to you, you're right. She's evil. Okay. You married an evil woman. What are you gonna do about that?
And you're evil too for marrying an evil woman. Hello.
You attracted an evil woman. What do you want to do about it?
Sister Natu. I beg, I don't want to laugh.
Robert, my pastor says it all the time. He'll be like, if you're telling me that your partner is bad, there's something bad about you too because you married the person.
Because I can't do anything about it. But Ben cannot do anything. That auntie Morenike cannot do anything about it. Yeah. What are you going to do about your evil woman?
What about you attracted an evil woman? That means that you've been going to the secret society meeting and that's where you met her. Even though, how did you meet her? There's something.
You know? So, I call cap on everybody. I try my best to call cap as I see it, but it is what it is. But give me your last words, lady and gentlemen. So we can round up. I have to round up under 3 hours.
Oh, sure. 3 hours to be, oh my God.
I know.
Like we said, in a nutshell, you know, something has been going on. The house doesn't fall down overnight. Something has been happening to the foundation, has been eating it up. And when you don't take care of it, it's going to come down. If you decide to buy a new car and think that the car doesn't need to be checked and you can drive it for 3 years without checking, that's on you. You're gonna wake up one day and not have a car. If your tire is flat, if your tire there's no air on your tire, decide to drive it. By the time you get to your destination, you're gonna lose the tire, you're gonna lose the rim, because now you've destroyed the rim by driving without air in your tire. So that's how it is. So people should stop acting oblivious.
Another good analogy.
I don't know how. I don't know how this happened. Yeah, because I've done that before.
I bet you have.
Yes, I have. Yes, and my rim. I have to buy a new rim, $300. So, and I was there acting surprised, like, what happened to my rim? What else? Sis, you drove that thing for 2 months. What were you
And those things
expecting?
are expensive too. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people should stop acting oblivious. Leave abroad marriages alone. They have nothing to do with your marriage. If you get to abroad and your marriage ended, something was wrong with your marriage in the first place. Okay? If you don't know how to read and you come abroad, don't expect to know how to read overnight, sir. You don't know how to read from Nigeria. Don't come here and be acting like Nigeria reading is different from abroad reading. No, it's the same thing.
Exactly.
It's the same thing. But God will help us. And thank you for
Johnny.
always for what you're doing, for shedding light to all this situation and giving us, educating us.
Thank you so
We
much,
can't have it any
Natu.
other way. So thank you.
I appreciate you, Natu. Thank you so much. See you soon. All right. Brother Ben, I have you here, brother.
Oh, I'm just enjoying Sister Natu. She's cracking me up there. See,
That tire thing, you see how akpa that is? You see how destructive that is to drive with a car that has no air in the tires?
I'm telling you. See, my brother, the thing is, as far as abroad marriage is concerned, I think until couples realize that when they are abroad, it's just both of them alone first. Any other person, they are secondary. We were always going to end up with stories like this.
Yeah.
Okay? And so far, couples refuse to communicate and at the same time work towards the same goal. Like when you have an agreement with your partner, if you both say, okay, this is what we're going to do for the next 3 years, both man and woman have to stick to that plan. I'm that kind of person myself. If we have a plan that this is what we're doing for the next 4 years, that's what we're doing for the next 4 years. And if my partner in midway she started doing something else, then we're going to have a big crash. So I'm just advising from my point of view that as far as this abroad is concerned, a lot of people that I've seen, a lot of couples that I've seen who are successful in abroad, they work together and they stick to their plan.
Right.
And for men, my gender, they talk and I will say it again. You cannot cheat on your woman and expect to go scot-free, especially in this abroad. So, because this case we just look at now, I see either cheating or hidden relationship written all over it. That's just my take. I don't think the woman just wake up one day and say, you know what, I'm
sending you back to Lagos.
I am not doing nothing, and I'm going to the home office and tell them that, I don't want you again. Then they send you letter and kick you. But you feel me? So
right.
I have a hunch that there is something bigger around it. And for me, most women, when I see where we say they close eye for man like this, they close eye, pata like cheating, So that might take my brother.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, bro.
Welcome, Baba.
We'll talk soon. All right. So I'm going to leave you with this question. Very simple question. Okay. That's a good advice that he just gave. Both of you be on the same page. Let me ask you a question right now with this one. If you find yourself in a situation where your partner has derailed, at least from your place of feeling, the partner have derailed from what you agree upon, what are you going to do about that? Because that's when the real crisis comes in. What are you going to do about that? I'm going to leave you with that question, then we'll talk about this another day. But that's the real question that we must answer. That's when crisis comes in. You plan something with your partner and they've decided to go another entire route. And in fact, you are this man that they were talking about. You didn't see it coming. What would you do about that situation? Because remember, right now, you're not going to be able to preach to your spouse because you're preaching to the choir. They've decided to go a separate direction completely. What are you going to do about that? That's my questions for that, okay? Hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. I'll see you on tomorrow. Take care. Peace.
Beautiful girl,
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs. hugs, you touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.